It
and you
would
didn't
be.
tell me.
Right.
And then I would just be like, start it in a minute.
Start in a minute.
Start in a minute.
Okay. I'm waiting for it.
We're waiting.
We are.
It's a nice set.
It is.
Very nice set. Okay. It's
I designed it.
255. Wow. Rude.
We both came up with. Oh shit! It's time. Okay, I'm starting.
Yes.
Okay.
It is time.
Hello. He's a podcast.
Hello. This is the this is the Nyx and Judge podcast. I'm Nyx. That's Judge.
No, look at the arrows. I designed it with arrows.
No, I'm Judge. That's Nyx.
True.
In the colorful leggings.
With the
We're just
controller.
gonna we're just gonna
Terminally
shoot the shit.
gaming.
Terminally gaming.
Just never not gaming, bro.
What if that a like a Steam Deck?
It is now.
It is now.
It is now.
Lore update.
Lore update, and it's actually a Steam Deck. You can see the screen nowhere on this screen.
Got your greasy thumbs all over the screen.
They're not greasy. Not yet. At least. They'll get there.
So I was thinking we can talk about Battleborn first, since you fucking love that game
No.
and you're obsessed with it, and you wouldn't stop talking
Listen
about
here.
it
Listen here.
when I brought up the Reborn stuff they were doing.
Fuck. Okay, listen. Battleborn is an amazing game. Okay. Battleborn was so fun. I really don't remember a time where I didn't have fun playing that game. You want to know what? You remember when I said that you get gear if you
Uh-huh.
if you play the game, and you were like, "Oh, I can see how that one would be a little bit unfair because somebody who's been grinding the game would have the gear." You
Mhm.
actually need to earn the gear in the match, so you can't like have it from the get go, you know. And
Yeah.
you need to go around and collect items in order to buy it, basically, so you can activate your gear slot. It it's like all of the fucking critiques right now are
Mhm.
just like thought about in the fucking game, and it's like,
You're talking
jeez.
about Overwatch, the critiques for Overwatch.
Yeah, and the critiques for Overwatch and the critiques for that game, like they're all like calculated. Um, Even like the weakest fucking rare gear you can get, you can sell it and you can upgrade it, or you can sell it and you can buy packs that give you like a rare one guaranteed. And it's like, it's funny, it's cool, it
Well,
was a good mechanic.
here's the thing. Like, I never thought that that was a problem. I love that concept. I think it's great,
It was badass as
and I think it
always.
would be cool if I feel like it's funny with Overwatch's PvE. I felt like they were basically going to do something like that, maybe, like, but just not connect the
Yeah,
things you unlock to PvP,
yeah,
which is pretty funny. That a game that it killed off is something that it was trying to draw inspiration from,
yeah.
maybe.
It
But
was hardcore.
Battleborn, like that concept of play PvE to unlock stuff for PvP,
It was really cool.
it's great, it's cool, I support it, but inherently is just going to piss a lot of people off. Because remember, I told you when you were talking about it a few days ago.
You're just
Um,
incorrect. You're just
well,
incorrect.
I'm saying the people who are upset, who wouldn't like this,
Are incorrect.
are incorrect. I agree. But
Yeah.
the thing is, the thing is, because I've told you this many
Yeah.
times,
Yeah.
I come from a place where this was the sentiment is
Mm-hmm.
people only want PvP. They don't want to play what to them is essentially another game to
Well,
to earn equipment and gear
well,
for the game that they mainly play, right?
Get
It'd be like
good.
in Call of Duty saying you can't unlock equipment unless you played the zombies mode. People don't like the zombies mode,
Yeah, but
right?
how many people are like, yo, listen, we're gonna go do the Easter egg so I can unlock this character and I can play that character in the main game
Well, that never
for
happens.
funsies.
That's the thing.
Well,
Best you
yeah, because it's
got in
zombies. Nobody
COD,
plays that. LOL.
the best you got in COD Zombies was like a player tag or something, like
Oh,
an
sadness.
animated player tag, and then you can go to PvP and be like showing it off. But
Imagine if they put more fucking more like cross promotions between the two fucking game modes, and maybe people would give it a shot more.
well, nowadays they are, but
Hit
it's
missed
to
it.
the detriment of the mode because it's not what it used to be. But that's a completely separate discussion.
Yeah.
With Battleborn, that is why I think it failed ultimately,
No.
is because they and this is what's sad is they made it a complete game. They made
Yeah.
it a complete game where it's
Yeah.
like you play PvE, you get stuff in PvP, and it's like it feels like a synergized complete
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
nobody like you have these psychos in who are dedicated to PvP who will always say, "I only want to play PvP. I never want to touch a PvE. PvE will destroy this game," or something like that. Something completely unhinged.
Yep.
Because I come from the Quake world, and
Yeah. Yeah.
Quake had great campaigns in the beginning. It
Mm-hmm.
had Quake 1 and Quake 2 campaign, which were both very fine campaigns. And then Quake 3 released and just did away with the campaigns, which didn't make sense. And then ever since then has just been a PvP game.
I know every time
But
you say
and
Quake, you know exactly what the fuck you mean when you say Quake.
what?
No, when you say Quake nowadays, or like a Quake player, you know exactly what you mean when you say, you get the feeling, or do you not get the feeling? Do you get the
What are
feeling?
you talking about?
It.
What do you mean?
I'm saying that it transcended the single player and now is like
Uh,
all of the memes and everything connected to Quake is it gives you the vibes of just a fucking PvP game and nothing else.
well, that's what's
Nobody
sad is it shouldn't
remembers
be
the
like that.
PvE. Yeah,
It
nobody
shouldn't be
remembers the
like that.
PvE. That's what I'm
Well,
trying to
what's
say.
funny is they released Quake 1 to consoles, and
Who gave a fuck?
no, well, no, nobody played the PvP because it sucked. I mean, I love Quake 1 PvP; it's fun, but like the original Quake's campaign is so much better. It's so
I
much more interesting.
I love Doom 64. I'm still playing the first level over and over again. I don't move on. I
You
don't.
just play the first level.
Yeah.
But that's the sad thing is everybody who plays the classics, Doom, Doom 2,
Doesn't have the patience
Quake
for it.
1, Quake 2, they remember those campaigns because they're super special and memorable,
Yeah.
And then they, you just got people who just kind of obsess over one thing. But here's what's funny. Like when we talk about the PvE versus PvP
Mm-hmm.
conversation,
Yeah.
like Call of Duty actually had this problem when zombies first came out. There was a huge, like,
What?
like a dedicated PvP crowd who were completely against zombies, completely against it,
Completely?
completely, like just vehemently. Do not put this in the game
We
as
just
a
fucking
mode.
hate it.
Focus on the PvP. That is
Yeah.
what people would say. Like, and if you were a zombies fan, you weren't a real Call of Duty fan,
Yeah.
basically.
I think I skipped that gen because I started playing Call of Duty with Modern Warfare 2, and then I moved on to Black Ops 2. So,
Yeah, you kind of because it was World at War was the
yeah.
first zombies, then
Yep.
Black Ops continued the zombies, and then Black Ops 2 was kind of almost peak. Like we were almost there to peak zombies, and then Black Ops 3 peaked. And then Infinite Warfare.
Damn, Black Ops 3 is the peak.
It was for people who played World at War, Black Ops 3 was peak.
Damn.
and then all the mods on the PC version of Black Ops 3. I remember that. That was crazy. But yeah, that's just me saying, listen, whenever you try to have a PvP that says if you want better gear in PvP, you have to play PvE, or like anything where it's like you have to go play PvE to some extent,
I'd
you're gonna get people who are pissed. Like even in Helldivers 2 recently, like it's a
uh
strictly PvE game, and people were like, I want a PvP, and the based ass devs were like,
no.
no.
Leave.
Leave.
Perish.
Yes. Go play, what is it?
Go play
Escape from
Quake
Tarkov.
Live. Oh, Escape from Tarkov.
Well, that's literally what they said. If you want to play PvP, Helldivers 2, go play Escape from Tarkov and
Yeah.
leave us alone.
Yeah. It's like,
And that's great. I love that.
yes, that's why I want Battleborn back, because Battleborn is amazing gamer.
And I would love to see it back too, because what you've been showing me looks great. And
The
what I saw
it's
on
it's just so good.
it looks great.
It's both a simpler version of League of Legends with the style of Borderlands-ish, with
Borderlands you really feels like it's like the inspiration in that.
yes, you even have like crossovers between voice actors in that game,
Yeah, I know.
like
I noticed
hardcore.
that.
Uh, or Vendy is like Tiny Tina all the way. But like that game was genuinely one of those games where you buy it, and then if you played the PvP, you're like, oh, also you can get gears by playing PvP too. I remember. I think
Okay.
so. You get
Probably different sets for both.
no. They're the
No?
same. They're both like
Okay.
crossover, but the thing is that you get points with which you can buy packs.
Like loot boxes.
Basically like loot boxes, but they
Uh-huh.
give you like random what's it called? They give you like random gears. And then you can sell them, and then you get points back, so you can just farm up a little more, and then you can buy another pack, like that kind of deal. That was fun and that was awesome, but I think the game just perished off the face of the earth whenever they added the whenever they added the hardcore pay to get the loot boxes, the skins, the everything, and everything went from a game mode where you farm for everything and you get everything, and like you have it, and then you just play the game and you get whatever you need, to buy and then get whatever the fuck you want. And it's like I feel like that was like the final nail in the coffin. That was their try to get an injection of money back into the game, but that flopped. So after that, the game was fucking gone.
Well, it seems like, I mean, if they're charging for loot boxes, that's not exactly like completely um, unheard of. You know what I mean?
Yes, but the idea is that the things you get from the loot boxes, as long as
Was
you're a
gear.
good player, those things can like change the outcome of the match, kind of deal.
But that wouldn't you say that that's a core game design flaw rather than the loot box flaw?
No, I'm saying that it's the loot boxes flaw, because you can have so the game.
I mean, just think about it from like a dev perspective. Like when you think about Overwatch, like they'll release a character, just a character, and it'll be like so poorly designed and like overpowered that they have to go back and like fix it. Imagine having like, let's just say, I don't know how many characters in Battleborn, but imagine like 20 characters
Mhm.
plus 20 pieces of gear for each character, and then balancing all of
Goodness.
that in the PvP.
Oh,
That
also the
that would be
gears.
an insane.
Also, the gears are randomized. You can get a legendary, but the legendary could have the worst stats. So it's So it's
Yeah, but like
equivalent to
that's
like
it's just PvP
it's
Borderlands,
so
which
good.
which
It's
is
so
like
good. It
I
was so fun.
it sounds so much fun until you start actually thinking about it.
Hear me
That's
out.
the
Hear me
thing.
out.
That's the
Hear me out.
thing.
Fucking turn off your brain for a second, okay? You're
I can't.
comparing you're comparing a game where it's get drunk and play it with your friends and like PvP with a bunch of people with a game that has esports coming back to it. Like
Well, I'm just
just
saying because Battleborn, like think about it like this: in the market when it released, the competition was Overwatch, right? And when you're looking at the balance struggles that Overwatch faced over the years, just with the characters, and then you look at Battleborn again with like all the balancing act of the weapons. You get the weapon, but it's poor stats. Like that would piss me off if I grinded for an hour, got the
yeah.
weapon, and it was
Yeah.
poor stats. I would
Yeah.
be pissed. That's actually happened to me in Borderlands 3, back when
Well,
Borderlands 3 came out.
you know
I
what?
would grind for hours, get the weapon, and be so fucking pissed that I had to go
You
back
know
and
the
do it over
coolest
again.
fucking thing
I
about that
stopped
game?
playing because of
You
that.
wanna know the coolest fucking thing about that game?
What?
You can min
Reroll the
max.
stats?
No,
Uh,
LOL.
which is what you can do in Borderlands 3.
Oh, Borderlands,
Reroll the
fucking
stats.
babies. Let me just reroll my stats, bro. Let me just go to the machine and like pump it iridium. No, just like no. It's more so like you have these characters and all of them are good for something, right?
Mhm.
And let's say that you're looking for the legendary Orendi fucking gear slot. Um, Orendi is that little witch that can throw like fireballs at people,
Mhm.
and she benefits so much from having fire rate. It's actually like brain numbing how much it is, how much it benefits her. So it was I think the first mission that gives you that that legendary slot. You have the chance for it. You have like a couple of chances for it, mind you. Like getting a legendary loot box, you can get that from any mini boss or final boss. Okay, and some and bosses drop specific gears, right?
Mhm.
So what I did back in the day is I would pick Marquise, I think is his name, the sniper I told you about,
Mhm.
because the sniper, if you pick the proper things, you can one shot like consistently everything if you hit it in the crit, and it was just like a cakewalk. Okay,
Mhm.
the farms aren't like 7 hours; it's like a 20-minute farm, and you have 20 minutes, but you have actually like four chances to get it, right?
Mhm.
So
But like, think of the average player who plays like Overwatch,
yeah, but like
or
one game of
like,
Overwatch is like one farm for that thing.
but that's my point. Is
Yeah,
some people might come home from work, or they might be getting ready for the day, and they're like, "I'm gonna get one game of Overwatch, so I'm gonna play a quick 20-minute match." Like, that's just the reality of like the modern like there aren't people who have like so much time that
like
they could just come home and do like
the
an
sad thing.
hour's worth of gaming, you know?
The sad thing is the game didn't even get like we didn't even get to see that as being a fucking problem, right? Because it
But I
died so
think it
fucking fast,
but that's
which was
why
so
I think
sad.
it died so fast is because it didn't appeal to the market that
I
was there. Like, because you had people who were like, I could either go play Battleborn and do the farms, try to find my items, I might get it,
farm, chill,
and then
relax,
go to
right?
PvP. And where I think, let's just say we're talking about an average player,
Yeah.
they like PvP more
Yeah.
often than not,
Yes.
right? Um,
I'd assume.
so right, so it's like they'd want to just go play the PvP,
Yeah.
but then the enemy team has the better gear because they're kind of doing this. They have hours on their hands they can play. Maybe they're like a dedicated player, maybe they're a streamer, who
But the
knows?
gear
But it's like
isn't decisive.
my point is
It
is
gives you
you've
buffs.
created an issue in Battleborn where like the idea is cool, but you have to manage your time. You know, like let's say before work or I get home from work and I want to play a quick game before I go do other things.
Yeah.
I have to figure out, do I want to go just play the PvP and kind of like, chill out, or do I want to go grind,
Yeah, and then you go
for
play
an item?
PvP because the gear is not is decisive. You can cancel people's ability to acquire the gear in the game. Um, so the way the gear functions, it's not like I equipped it, I have it, game on, you kill everyone. You
Mm.
have 3 gear slots. Okay. Uh, Even if the people that have like rare gear can activate it way sooner than people who have all legendary. At one point, I was like, I had all legendary gears I could run, but then I found out that in a match, it ended so quickly, I was only able to, at the very end, activate 1 legendary gear slot because I can't like go around the map and farm and not fight the enemy team, right?
Right.
So you have this. Uh,
So the system was to basically say you have these items, but you have to work to use them
yes, so you
when you're in a
have to.
PvP match.
Yes, they're not like given to you. You
Right.
need to.
It's
Uh,
kind of like what you're saying with League of Legends, where you have to earn gold and then
yes,
buy items,
earn
or like
gold.
Smite, where
But
you
yes,
you have to
yes,
slowly build into your character.
yes, yes.
Okay.
And while that's happening, your character is also evolving, so you're unlocking your other abilities, and like all of the characters have like different abilities. Like with the
See, I
regular.
would rather just them do what Smite does or what League does and just have a shop, tons of items. You go out, you farm, you get resources, gold, whatever, come back to the fountain,
Well,
buy an item, and
that's
slowly
basically what you
build your
do. That
character.
is basically what you do, but your shop isn't like 50 items, which like 10 of them do the same thing. It's you have 3 items and you're working to get those items open, like unlock them, okay?
Yeah, but you're saying like you have to also grind to get those items in the shop?
Hear me out. You're saying grind and it's like I'm going to stay on the same mission in like 7 hours, just do it. No, it's like the you can do the mission once and then you get your epic, you get your fucking rare, and you get 1 common.
Uh-huh.
Homie, that's all you need.
Yeah,
Literally.
but yeah, but that to me is, if you're saying you have to go and get items so that they can be in the shop in PvP, that's an issue to me.
Listen, there were
Because
people running 3 common items. They
no,
were.
you're not understanding, because the playing field isn't even anymore.
It
That's what I'm
is.
saying.
You can.
That because like in Smite and League, what makes them so good is it's
Everyone has the
depend
shop.
everyone has
The same
potential to
shop.
get this items that they need or
Yes.
want to have the most efficient build that they want to have. And that's what makes those games so good, is that the only outlier in the match is like the battles,
Well, this
right? Like
game. Well, this
if an
game.
enemy
Well, this game has an extra step. Why? That's it. Like, there's an extra step, gamer. You want to play a single round of a fucking mission, which the mission has like a story attached to it because our game isn't one-dimensional PvP dribble with fucking videos you have to go and watch on YouTube in order to understand what you're actually like fighting for. Um, and You play those missions. Mind you, those missions are just like the campaign of the game, like regular ass shit. Um, and you get these cool items, or
Mhm.
you just boot up the PvP, and slowly but surely you still earn a uh, a currency that allows you to buy packs in order to get your what's it
I
called,
think that
your
was the
gears.
downfall of the game. I think that was the downfall of the game, because you couldn't just you could like I feel like if they just said, listen, there's a PvE mode, there's a PvP mode.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Everything in the PvP mode is in the PvE mode. You just have to unlock it and like grind for it, you know. But when you play PvP out of the box, you're playing it. There's no like the things you would grind for would be cosmetic or extra bits.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that was the downfall. Is they said let's just do
No, there was for the skins and stuff. That was just character progression. Like you level up your characters.
right, but I'm
Yeah.
saying the downfall of the game was that they tied gear and items that you could use in PvP to like the loot box or like the grinding in PvE so that way you can bring it back to PvP. Like I feel like that was the downfall. As cool as that sounds, that creates an issue with like from a gameplay perspective in the PvP.
I
Because like, how shitty would it be if you were let's just say like they do that in Overwatch and you're in Overwatch and you couldn't use like Moira's ult the way she uses it now until you went into the PvE to go grind for it. You know how weird that would be, or how like frustrating that would be for a lot of people. Like you'd get the same, you could use that ult, but it would be so much weaker, or something like that, until you grinded PvE and got some kind of gear that made it what it is right now. But
what
that's also a balancing issue too, because it's like if it's a 5v5 and your Moira doesn't have the gear that makes her efficient the way she's supposed to be, the fights are lopsided.
Okay, then let me put it to you like this, because this now we're like playing 4D chess, gamer, with this game. There is also the cost to activating the gear slots. So if you want to activate a legendary, I think it was 1,400, and if the legendary gear slot,
Huh.
the legendary gear was character specific. Okay, then it's close to I think it was 1,800. Like, and that's the currency that you go around the map and collect, and on the map you can buy things, right? It's the same currency, right? So you have this choice that you're making. Am I going to be hoarding and circling around the map and collecting as much as I can from this fucking currency, ignoring all of the fights, all of this, all of that, and just being or getting, because when you get kills you also get, but you get way less, right? So you're just like running around and looking for those bigger
So you
deposits.
wait, you get less coin from killing actual playable player enemies?
No, for the playable enemies you get a lot.
Okay.
But I'm saying that there are also, like, in certain places on the map, there are deposits, like bigger fucking refinery deposit. Well, not refinery deposit, but like bigger chunks of the things that you're
Like bigger
collecting.
payouts.
Yeah, bigger payouts. And what I'm saying is that, okay, you get 50 when you kill a player, but you get 100 when you go to that deposit. Usually, what happens? There's a fight at the deposit. Okay, so. And there's like a couple of them, so there's always like an option for you to like go and do the thing. But like activating the gear slot, if you don't build your character to your playstyle, because you also evolve mid game, so you also get like upgrade points, and you have like the skill tree, which is like pick left or pick right, and you have, let's say, an ability that lets you jump backwards, but after you jump backwards, there's like a little path of fire in front of you now that you just left behind. So if the enemy follows you, they're gonna take some damage, like that kind of thing. That's your evolution tree. Then you have on the other side your gear that you activate with like crystals that you collect on the map, and depending on the rarity, the price for activating them is higher.
This
The
just sounds like way more complicated
I am
than
fucking
Smite,
telling you,
Overwatch,
it's
League of
so
Legends,
fucking
Dota
good.
2.
It just fit. Like it was thought about. It was thought about. It's
I think it
so
was
good.
overthought.
No,
I think it was way
I
too
want it back.
convoluted of
I
a
want it
game.
back. It's so good. No, like I
Now that
explain
you
it.
talk about it more,
I
I don't
explain
think
it.
Battleborn will get a reboot.
I explain it. I explain it bad, but what I'm saying is that you're gonna, if the game is back, you can pick it up like instantly, and you'll be like, oh shit, so this does that, this does this, this is cool. So my play style would be, I'm gonna let's say if this was like League of Legends, you have the fucking sides like mid, jungle, whatever,
Lanes.
the lanes. uh I would go mid lane, and I would be fighting the biggest little minion enemies, and I would try and get a bunch of money. There would usually be like a bird there that would try to fucking drop bombs on me. I would fucking kill it because I'm a G. It's no, I'm telling you, like,
But like that
it's so
aspect is not
fucking
the
good.
problem. It's all the steps in between that you have to build your character to.
You
Like
literally don't even
League
think
and
about it. It's
Smite
so good.
are as simple as go out and do that, but come back to the shop and buy things. Like
Yeah.
your character already has abilities. Your character already has the ults and all
Yes.
this
Same.
stuff. And there's
Same with
no
that game.
there's no skill tree.
Same with that game. But
There's
there was a skill tree, and it
there's
was so fucking good.
there's no skill tree. There's no like things change. Like that's the other thing is consistency between matches where it's like if I hop into like let's use Smite as an example now. If I hop into a Smite match and I'm fighting against like an Anubis,
Yeah.
I know that they're going to throw a stun and they're going to stun me. I know that they have an AoE attack. I know that their ult is like a beam, and
Yeah.
I know that they have kind of another AoE attack that is like attached to their
Yeah.
body, right? Like a shotgun
Yeah.
blast kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like if it was like in the vein of Battleborn, I imagine that minor differences could be had in each match if
Yes.
Anubis had like a skill tree, where like maybe instead of the AOE, circle attack, it's instead some kind of like stun. So and then they have the actual stun that might be different. Maybe it's
Yes.
another like it's just a projectile that can hurt you. Like the
Yes.
inconsistencies between matches makes it harder to read
Yes.
from from a player
So
perspective. Like when you're in combat,
let's
it's
say
going
it
to be
like
more
this.
difficult to
Yeah, it's gonna
read
require
the enemy.
a split. It's gonna require split second decisions, right? If I was fighting on a Rendi that had unlocked the evolution to have the bullets that
Would
chase
there
you.
be visual
Yes,
context
yes, of
on the
course, of
character
course,
that you
of
could
course.
see
Yes,
visually
yes,
that they have this build or they
yes,
have this kit?
yes, 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 yes. It was
Okay.
it was like this. You could even tell what kind of fucking legendary mod they were using. Okay, because it would be on their hip.
I don't. It's just like
It's fucking
there's
crazy. I'm telling you, that game
too
was too
much
fucking
going
good.
on in that
It
game.
was so much going on, and it was so fun. It
You know what? You know what you sound like? You sound like me when I talk about Quake.
Quake,
Oh,
awesome
bro, there's
game.
the strafe
There's
jumping,
the
there's the
strafe
rockets,
jumping,
the rail, there's
the
the lightning
rail,
gun.
the
I'm
right.
telling you,
I'm
this
telling
game
you.
is this shit. It's like there's so much
No,
going
but I
on that
feel like
you
I feel
knew
like
how to circle jump.
I'm being the bad advocate. I'm being a bad advocate for it. I
Well,
feel
you're
like
just a hyper fan. You're really
it sounds
enthusiastic
like
about
it.
it. You love
It
it,
sounds like
and
it.
you
There are
really
things
want
I
it
would
back.
change it. I really want it back. There are things
I
I would
would
change.
bring it back, and if we did PvP, I would do it dramatically different. I wouldn't have all this elaborate, convoluted stuff going on because you're taking away from what is most important. It's the combat. How does the combat feel, and
The
how does
combat felt
moment-to-moment
amazing.
battles feel?
They felt
Like,
good.
of course, the combat felt good, and see, you're like super fanning it right
It
now.
was a much more
And
simple
I
game than I'm
understand
explaining it. Okay, it's
that you love
much
the
simpler.
way that it provided
I'm
its
making it
combat and all
more.
that, but
I'm
if they
making it more
just
complex.
said, listen, go into lanes, kill minions, get gold, come back to fountain, maybe buy an item, or do what Overwatch does and just have characters with abilities, and that's it. The objective is to play your character properly
Yeah,
and fight.
same.
Keep it and that's why I think Overwatch won the competition battle between the two,
Play your
is because
character
it was
good,
just
evolve it
straightforward.
good, farm your gears, be a good gamer.
See, there's so many steps, right? There's so many steps there. And
I see
Overwatch
what you're
just said,
saying.
listen, spawn in, go in, and die.
I
Come
see what
back,
you're
go in.
saying, but the game was way slower than Overwatch. You
That's
don't.
even more of a problem.
No, 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 no.
I think that's
Not
even
the
more of a
game. I'm
problem.
saying that the combat
You're
was.
not helping this come. You're not helping
Okay,
yourself
shut
with
the
that.
fuck up. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to show you like a 20-minute match, okay, of that game
I'm just
because you will
saying.
see how
I'm
good
just
it is,
saying.
and you will be
ma-
changed your mind.
If it's
Episode 2.
slower, that's a problem. Because Overwatch wasn't slow, but it also wasn't super fast. There was like a good pace to the matches.
Well, of course, it's
League and Dota and Smite are like combat wise, the movement
similar.
feels slow, but once you get into fights,
Yes, so
shit escalates super
yes,
fast.
it's the same
Things
there. It's the
change.
same there. It's the same there. There's just like at the end of the day, what matters in that game? The
In
true
what game?
thing that matters
Uh,
in Battleborn is how you evolve your character,
mhm.
and if you get enough kills. Because to evolve your character, you need to kill other players and you need to kill minions. To get your gear slots, you need to farm the
Gold.
crystals. Yeah, gold,
Oh, crystals.
gold, crystals, gold. Nobody cares.
I
Like
don't know. I don't know the Battleborn game.
yeah. So gold. You farm the gold. Uh,
I
but
bet you there's gameplay out there right now of Battleborn. I bet you there's a video of someone saying,
yes,
"Here's gameplay."
yes,
I would have
there
to
is.
watch it in action.
I will show
Really
it to you.
feel like,
Yes. Yes.
okay, I see what you're
It's
saying.
crazy. It was well, I'm hyping it up right now because I really
But I
want the
also
fucking
might
game
watch it
back.
and say, I'm seeing more flaws than what you were talking about. And
Yeah, but if
now
you
I'm seeing why it failed.
well, yeah, of course. I mean, the game is dead. I'm not saying like it's
I'm just
dead for a
wondering,
reason. I'm just
I'm
sad
always
that
wondering
everyone
how a game
has
fails, though.
everyone has reasons to why a game died in their like eyes. I fucking quit the game because there was so much like
So you're the reason it died.
no, I quit
Because you quit.
after
You could have been the big streamer. Could have been the
I wasn't
big
streaming back then, homie.
lies.
It died in like 3 fucking months. I don't know what the
Lies.
fuck. I actually did pre-order the game too on PlayStation.
Never pre-order, guys. This is a lesson.
True lesson.
I pre-ordered Payday 3. Biggest mistake of my life.
I pre-ordered Battlefield 3. No, not Battlefield 3. What the fuck am I talking
20,
about?
2040 something.
I pre-ordered well, now I can't fucking think of the name.
Perfect. we're moving on.
Borderlands 3. LOL.
Oh, Borderlands.
Yeah. I was like,
Uh,
"Oh, they're going to have the miniatures. It's going to be it's gonna be themed with Dungeons and Dragons, and they're gonna have like dice sets and everything." And no, it's just like 50 miniatures, and in a fucking cardboard box. It's like, please.
you had to get the Wonderlands to get all that stuff.
Yeah.
You had to get the great game Wonderlands.
True. I have the great game Wonderlands,
Me too.
and then I don't want to play it anymore because the end game is just dead,
Yeah.
brain dead.
I thought the DLC for that game was kind of underwhelming too.
The DLCs, yeah, it was basically a reskin of like bosses that you fought.
It
Well,
was yeah, it was
not
just
bosses, but like enemies that you faced.
it was just basically what should have been the end game, which is like these raid bosses where you'd go in and do stuff, and then you'd fight the boss
Oh
and
my
get
God.
gear.
Anyway. Oh, this fucking hurts me. This is what they did
I
with
know.
Wonderlands hurts me so bad.
I know.
It
It had
just
great
hurts.
potential. I think it was
did.
cool that you could have like a main like ability, and then you could carry like a secondary ability.
Oh
Like it
my
was cool to have
God.
2 trees. I thought that was cool.
And then you have the spells. Oh, it was so fucking good.
Yeah, the spells were cool.
And then you know what
Maybe
they did?
maybe they'll do it right in Borderlands 4. Have hope.
They're like, hey, bro, we heard you like overlevels. Here's 100 of them. Get the fuck out. Oh, also, we're gonna lock weapons and spells for after level 75, over level 75. Like, oh my God. I will just download. You know what?
You just download a save.
I'll just download a save. Like, fuck
Yeah.
yourself. I'm not gonna farm for fucking 8 years. I'm not gonna go in and like play the overlevel fucking shoot 'em up and then leave that, go to the bosses, farm up my gear, go back to the overlevel thing, fight
Yeah.
for like 20 more levels, leave that, go back to the bosses, kill them, farm up my stuff, go back.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, you guys fucked it up. And then after that, what do? You play the overleveled shit on unlimited or whatever the fuck. It's like
Yeah.
boring. Boring.
I was excited when I got to the end game because it felt like that like castle where you basically just had to go to different arenas constantly. It felt cool for a little bit, but then it got really boring really fast
It did. It
because of
did.
all because it was basically mayhem, right? With all the debuffs and buffs, and it's
Yeah.
just like I'm now I have to build like super specific and like
Yeah. Yeah. You have to
that's a
min-max. You have to
it's a game
min-max.
where they literally catered to to the 1%,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's a problem.
Or the fucking or the 1% of fucking YouTubers that just play this game
They
for a
do the
living.
min-maxing where they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
Yeah.
they're hitting us with this, so we have to build like this, and here's the kit,
Yeah.
here's the how you do it, and
Oh,
all this stuff." And it's just boring.
they nerfed the horn gun. Okay, time to switch it up for the unicorn gun. Okay, so it's like my home improvement, please. Oh, it hurts so much because
It's
I love that
okay,
game
it's
so
okay. Listen,
much.
just have hope for Borderlands 4. They'll do it right this
Please
time.
do it good. I
They'll
hope
do it
they
right
do
this
the
time.
movie good too. I hope. That's
That's not that's not happening.
Oh my god, I'm so
That's
sorry
not
for the
happening.
actors.
I watched that trailer. I was just like, this is not it, Chief. This is not it. You know, bless Jack Black for doing Claptrap. At least he's got a good voice for Claptrap, but like everybody else, it's just like this ain't it, Chief.
I don't even
The
like
story, like I
Black
don't
as
even know what the
Claptrap.
story's gonna be like.
I'm questioning if it's gonna be
There's
like
no
some
brick.
time
There's
travel stuff.
no.
I'm curious if there's gonna be any time travel stuff. Like I really don't understand where this movie fits in like Borderlands, or if it's just like an alternate universe garbage.
It's gonna. I think you know what's funny. I think Randy. I don't remember his name. Randy
Randy
Pitchford,
Pitchford. Yeah.
the CEO for Gearbox. He's
Yeah.
like, this is gonna be the Borderlands cinematic universe.
Okay. Okay. So it's gonna be separate from the games. Okay,
Where,
understood.
but like that's so cringe.
You know what? If it's
That's
separate
so
from the
cringe.
game, okay, as long as it doesn't fucking touch the games and it doesn't like ruin their shit, I don't care that much. Because
Yeah, but
it's
like
a
the
movie.
games had great stories. Why just make this? Just take the game story and streamline it. How hard is that?
I don't know.
You've
I don't
you've
know.
you've overcomplicated something that should be so simple and so easy. Characters that people already love and already care for exist. Stories that people fell in love with when they played the games already exist. Like, why are we trying to capture lightning in a bottle twice, basically,
I
right?
don't know. It's the cinematic universe. I don't care that much about the cinematic
just so
universe.
cringe,
I
man.
just want. I just want.
Everybody wants
please,
to be everyone wants to be Marvel nowadays.
Please.
Like, just let it go.
Okay, everyone on the Borderlands team, please listen to this 100 view clown with zero game. Well, actually, I do have some game dev experience, but like, listen, okay, please, over levels need to go. Leave them, let them perish.
I thought this was gonna be about the movie.
No, let them perish.
We're
I don't
back
care
on the
about the
game.
movie. I don't care about the movie. Okay, listen.
Movie's
I
been
saw
blacklisted.
yeah, blacklisted movie. Okay, I saw the characters, I saw the actors. I was like, nah, that ain't it. And listen, I want to see young people do crazy shit on my fucking Borderlands movies. I don't want to see.
I would love, you know what? Back on the movie real quick. I would
Okay.
have loved if they took no-name actors
Yes.
and they just had Jack Black as the Claptrap. I would have been fine with
Oh
that.
my God,
Just
did you-
no-name actors, fresh new faces.
Oh my God, did you
people
see?
we can fall in love with.
Oh my God, did you see the fucking they made a post and then people underneath it were posting like cosplayers, like names of
Oh, yeah.
cosplayers that have cosplayed these characters, and they did it like fucking a million times better than the actual like movie. And it's
Yeah.
like, why did these people that look exactly like the fucking characters, why were these
Okay,
people
listen.
not given
Here's
a
my
chance?
theory.
Reached out to I think
my
he
theory.
had a list of people he wants to be in the fucking movie, and he wanted to fucking check that list out and like bucket list to have a party with this person, Jack Black, this person, and
Have
it's
a
like
party.
I understand.
Randy
Yeah,
Pitchford, he wants to have a party with
yeah.
him.
Randy Pitchford, he's just like Luffy. He just wants to
No,
have a
here's my theory. Here's my theory. Gearbox has not made a hit game in a while. Let's be real. Battleborn flopped.
oh,
Gigantic didn't even get released.
oh,
Borderlands 3 was good, but also was very
oh,
mixed. Like people, and then Wonderlands, that was mixed to negative, right? So it's like they are struggling. Okay, they're lucky Epic Games came in and helped them out with Borderlands 3.
yes.
They gave them a break, but it's like Borderlands 3 didn't work, Wonderlands didn't really work,
Epic Games,
so
I love you.
now they're re-releasing Gigantic, an old IP.
Yeah,
Hopefully that does well, because if
yeah.
not, if the movie doesn't do well, like they're also, dude, but Gearbox keeps getting breaks that they don't deserve. They got purchased by Take-Two Entertainment recently, and they're basically Take-Two is saying make Borderlands 4. So they're
Oh
lucky
shit!
that they got that like new like green
Please,
light to go
please,
do Borderlands 4. But it's like,
please,
come on.
do a good job,
It
please.
reminds me of the Payday 3 situation where it's like you guys had a working formula. It worked. People loved it. People were there. They played it. And I'm talking with Borderlands. Borderlands 2 is like the most popular
Yes.
Borderlands entry. It's like, just take that and do it better this time. Do it again. Even just do it again. New characters, new gear. Like, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's harder than we think since Borderlands 2 is its own thing. Maybe there's devs who have quit the company at this point who are no longer there, who were part of
I don't
Borderlands 2.
know.
I know that's the case for Payday. Payday 2 had a lot of people who were no longer there
Yeah,
for Payday 3. So
man.
it's like you had the A team for those games, You had the A
Yeah,
team for Payday 2 for Borderlands 2, and now you've got kind of like the C team working on Borderlands 4, maybe Payday 3. It's like, come on, guys, this is hurt.
Borderlands.
We're
Borderlands.
hurting
You
here.
guys are hurting me in particular. I, I have all of the games. I play all of the games. It's they're so fun to me. You just do like decisions that are like, okay, endgame is gonna be this horrendous bullet sponge dog shit. It's just fucking boring. And then the very end game, like I'm talking specifically uh Borderlands 3 and Tiny Tina's, okay?
Mm, yeah.
People complained about it being uh the enemies just being bullet sponges and they one tap you,
Mm,
and then bullet sponges and they one tap you. The over levels for the overpowered levels for Borderlands 2, same shit. Bullet sponges, they one tap you. Okay, I understand having those for like the min maxers that love like min maxing the guns and stuff, and it's good for
mm.
them. And you know what? It makes their brain tingles. Why the fuck would you lock weapons, gears, armor sets, fucking spells behind the overpowered thing? It's please lock up skins. They feel like they're not a game killer if you have them locked up there, and I never fucking see them in my life. But the gear actively makes your the boring end game that you've given us, okay, for specifically for Wonderlands, okay. Borderlands has a few. Borderlands 3 has your the DLCs and the couple of like, what are they called, like raid bosses or whatever. But there's
Mm.
like only two, I think. How many? Do you
I
know
don't know.
on Fan? Whatever. It's
No.
like it's way less than what it should be for that game. It's like
I definitely expected more from Borderlands 3 because it was supposed to be a huge production kind of
it's so
project.
good.
They put more effort into like kind of weird obscure things, maybe like the cinematics or like the
No,
story.
no. They put nothing in the story. Okay, the
Well, it
story
just
was
seemed like the story was like more of the focus.
Yeah, but then the story
Because they
is
were tying
universally
things
hated.
from like
But
Tales from Borderlands, and they were trying to introduce new characters.
the
They're trying to
story is
kill off
universally
characters.
hated, and the characters that are from those IPs did not have that big of an impact, or when they did have a presence in like a part of the story, it didn't feel like
Good.
fine. There were characters, but they would have like they would be in character for like a fucking minute, and it would be fun and it would be cool, and then they would be like erased from existence and they will never chime in ever again. They had their fucking 2 minutes of screen time and now we never hear from them ever
Well,
again.
like maybe that's why like they were trying too hard to like we have to do the callbacks like it's MCU. We got to have that one character from this
We
story
gotta
make a
have Groot.
callback, and we
We
got to
gotta have
have
Groot, okay?
yeah, we got to
That's
have this
why.
guy come back because they have so many characters now, right? Like
Yeah.
and that's why Randy's like we're going to do the fucking Borderlands cinematic universe. We have all
Yeah.
these characters. We have all these stories.
True, like, do
Let's
that. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
No, I'm just saying like there's so much going on that they are trying to like juggle all the stories and all the characters, and they have to throw one in and throw one in here, and it's like
Mm,
let's just focus on like
I understand that, but then
on
the
gameplay first, story second.
story, like, that's what I think that's what they did. That's why I like the gunplay feels solid. The secondary modes for all the guns, they feel nice. Maybe they had to balance them a little bit, but they did and they feel good. The
I felt like there
legendaries
were a
are
lot of
cute.
weapons in that game that didn't feel good, and I didn't think the secondaries were that fun to use.
Oh?
Yeah.
Well, I would say there are a few that have. Well, you know what? You know what? Um
Mm.
I feel like the like secondary alt
Yeah, the
modes for the
almost.
legendaries are dog shit, like every
Yeah.
single one of them, like like undistracted from like uh all the other guns. The legendary secondary alt modes were not that good. I'm sorry. um
Mhm.
you know
I just felt like a lot of the legendaries were just boring or like basic. Like there was one legendary, there was like an Atlas legendary that was basically just it was just
the
like a
pistol.
rare, but it was
Yeah,
just
it's
like
like a
it
pistol.
had like some kind of orange text that I don't know, did something.
Hmm.
Like it just like there were just a lot of things where it was like just weird.
I feel like the most memorable ones were the silliest ones.
My the most memorable one for me was the one where like if you shot a disc at someone's head, it would start ping ponging across the fucking map at everybody that was nearby. That was really cool.
Yeah.
You could wipe an entire group of people just by shooting one guy in the head.
Yeah.
Like that was sick.
Yeah, but you can't wipe out the entire group if you go into the over levels because everybody has like 7 quintillion health.
Well, that was the
It's
only
like,
thing that was cool that I liked
yeah.
was, and that's why I like Borderlands is because going into like those stupid fucking difficulty like Mayhem plus 1,000 or something, and
Yeah.
then was
Mayhem 11, I think, is what they capped it now.
yeah, like figuring out a build or a kit with that specific weapon that would allow you to be fucking crazy. But the problem with that game is that you would have to grind for hours to get the weapon with the specific stats. And that's what's not fun about Borderlands.
Well, other
That's
people would
just
say that's what the fun is. That's the
well,
fucking thing.
that's why Gearbox ain't selling games like fucking hotcakes because they're appealing to that 1% of the crowd
I
that says
feel
this
I
is
feel
great.
like hear me
Quake
out.
is great because we can strafe jump and we can rocket jump and we
Yes,
can nail
but
jump
hear
and
me
we
out.
can
Hear me
get
out.
to
There's
time items.
there's gamer, gamer. Listen
Mhm.
here, okay. All right. Game face on. Hear me out.
Game face on.
Oh, listen.
Masks off, people.
Masks off, people. Masks off. I love looter shooters. There is nothing cooler to me than getting a gun that has like +2 compared to the old one. Okay.
That's
I'm
so
I'm I'm
lame.
one of those people that are lame as fuck, okay? That's why Borderlands 2 and Borderlands uh Borderlands 3.
You
I
love Wonderlands.
I love
Just say it.
Borderlands. Okay,
Just say it. It's
I like
okay.
it.
I
I
won't
just
judge
don't
you.
play it ever again. Okay, I played it a couple times. It's the
We
same
can play
story
it.
over and over again. Okay,
We can play it. I'll play with you.
I I don't want to because I can't min max in that game.
We can min max. We'll min
No,
max.
we can't. I'm not. I'm
We'll
not.
go. Let's go play the OP
I'm
levels. Let's
no,
grind. Come
no,
on. You
no.
grind. We'll grind.
There is nothing that can make me waste my time to get to level 100 overpowered, so I can say
Just
that I
do it.
got the no,
Just do it. You know. I
no,
know you want to. I see it
no.
in those. I see it in those glasses.
No, these glasses just make a reflection of you, homie. Like, no.
I know. I see it in your
I
eyes.
see. No, it's such a fucking weird thing because I love seeing that, and I love playing with the guns and having gear and having abilities that I can. Let's say I found this stupid fucking shotgun, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and then I broke my build
Mm-hmm.
basically to buff that single shotgun so I can just demolish everything, and then I go to the overpowered levels, and that just does not fucking work. Even if I have the same shotgun upgraded, like the same level as the overpowered build, and it's just like, why?
It's because you have to bring that one piece of gear
Oh yeah,
what's that?
sorry.
It's that
No.
one piece of gear that gives you the +5, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And I
So you
just
didn't have that. You didn't have the +5.
yeah, it's just you went from a game where you need where you need like one gun to have like +5 to having the one gun that needs to have +5. You need the relic to have
Hmm.
+9. You
Yeah,
need
yeah.
the fucking shield to have +500. You
That's what
need
Borderlands has always been about, though.
yes,
It never wasn't like that.
yes, but then why do I have to do the
Even
same
in the
thing
OP
over and over and over
levels.
and over and over the fuck again? I want to farm the boss. I don't want to reacquire all of the loot that I already have. Is my
Yeah,
kind
but
of
it
point to
sounds
it.
like you're in favor of what I was saying, that Borderlands sucks. I
No.
mean, it's not like it sucks, but like the gameplay loop sucks.
No, the end game loop sucked for the third one and Wonderlands, okay? And
Because I
maybe
don't
the
want to
first one. I don't play
grind. I
that
don't
much
want
the
to pick
first
up a
one.
weapon and then be like, okay, I gotta grind. Because I picked up the weapon, but it has +2 instead of +5.
Yeah,
So I
but
can't go to the higher difficulty
okay,
yet. I have to go
there are
back.
like underlaying like what I'm saying is a fucking problem is only a problem because of the thing that built it up to become a problem.
Hmm.
Okay? So what Borderlands 3 does is that everyone could drop like what was it? Like every single fucking gun in the game or whatever?
No,
Oh, what was it? Uh
no. It was that um like they had legendaries that could pop from the elites or whatever,
yeah.
but a lot of the legendaries and a lot of the weapons were also kind of tied to a boss and tied to
Yeah.
there. I remember there was a build that I was trying to get, and I had to go to one of those areas where you'd walk up to a spot and it would trigger that enemy to
Oh,
appear.
you're farming the bee, I think.
Well, it was one of those where it's like
Yeah.
you'd go up to a spot on the map and then that like special enemy would appear.
Yes.
So like if they didn't appear, I'd have to reload the map
Yep.
constantly,
Well,
which is
that's they
fucking
had that in
annoying.
Borderlands 2, which is I kind of like that, you know?
I don't like that. Who likes that? You show up to the spot, he doesn't appear. Now I
You
need to
all
reload the map and
yeah.
go there. He doesn't appear again. I need to reload the map again. I want to play the game.
Yeah.
When do I play the game? You know what it's like?
Just
It's
play through
like
it.
have you ever you probably have never seen South Park, but there's a South Park
No.
episode where they do World of Warcraft, and
Yeah.
like the whole episode is about them fighting this one guy who kept killing them,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
then they finally kill him or something,
Yeah.
and then they're all sitting there like, what do we do now?
Yeah.
And then Cartman's like, we play the game.
Yo, we got the perfect bee shield. No, but that's more so what you're saying is like a critique of all loot and shooters.
No, yeah, it's true. I mean,
Yeah.
the thing is though, I feel like there are some looter shooters that are cool,
Mhm.
like that. I don't know if they do it right, but like I just enjoy them more, I guess.
What is it?
Like, I'm trying to
What's it called?
think.
Is that one that they whipped up in like a year by accident, where all the legendary shotguns look the same as the common ones? Was it that one?
Well, I don't even know what that one's called. I don't even know what you're talking about.
There was one that had like power armors.
Power armors?
Yeah, power armors. You could fly around in that game. Oh no,
Are
okay.
you talking about Anthem?
Yes.
Oh my god, no. I've actually never
Yeah, I'm
played that
like,
game.
wait a minute.
I heard that game was buggy as fuck.
Well,
I mean, here's the
they
thing.
made
Here's
it
the
in like
thing.
a year. They only had
Here's
like
the
a
thing.
fucking trailer for like 3 years, and they were trying to make it as close as the trailer as possible. Like, fuck.
I can't think of a looter shooter that I've played in recent memory where it's like I was
I
obsessed with
enjoyed.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
But like,
Honestly,
listen,
same,
I love the concept of looter shooters, but what I would love
same.
more is if we could somehow remove the fucking like the super grind. I'm fine with grinding levels, for
Yes.
example, a level up and shit. But it's like I'm also fine with the game saying, "Listen, we have gear locked to a boss or locked to an enemy you have to
Yes.
fight." That's fine. I can live with that. But I hate the fact that when I finally do get that weapon, it's not the right one.
Oh, you
So
hate.
that
I know what
that
you
weapon
hate.
feels less
You hate
less
RNG.
valuable.
You hate
No, no, no,
RNG.
no. It's not. I mean, maybe
Yeah,
so. Maybe
I
it
have
is
a
the
feeling
energy, but
because what you said is like I hate. Okay, this is what I'm hearing. I hate all of the inconsistencies.
why you gotta have that voice?
I I don't know. I just thought it would be funny. You just hate the inconsistencies that the game like, because what the game provides you. You're like, I want to go to
Well,
this
listen.
boss. I've beaten the boss. I deserve to get the fucking good reward, not the fucking dog shit reward. So I gotta keep fucking killing it and killing it and killing it and killing it.
No,
Like,
no, no. Like I'm fine with like if I kill them and they give me a rare, it's like, well, I got the bad RNG, right?
yeah,
So I gotta come back and fight them. That's fine. It's when I finally get the weapon.
yeah. Well, that's what I'm
There's
saying.
there's another layer of
Yeah.
RNG that it's becoming stupid.
Oh, and with Borderlands, you have the extra layers of RNG because all the
Right.
weapon components.
The parts.
Oh yeah, the parts.
You have
Yeah,
the
the weapon
parts, you have
components
the red
parts. Yeah.
text, you have
Oh
stats. You see,
yes.
that's my problem. Is that there are so many layers of RNG that it becomes no longer fun. See, like if we could have a Borderlands game, and that's why I thought it was great when they implemented the re-rolling stats, because that alleviates that problem.
Yes,
Because I
it
think it's a
does.
huge issue for people who like just want to play a game for like a couple
Spit
hours
game.
maybe on a weekend,
Yeah.
and they hit the boss, they get the weapon, but then they realize it's shit. So now I got to spend the next 2 hours grinding and grinding and grinding this boss until I get the stats that I want.
Yeah.
And it's like it's just really ridiculous and it
These
gets out of hand
these are
where
the
you
like
have some people
farm
who will
daddy
never
games.
get the drop, man. They never
Yeah.
get the drop, and how is that even fun?
It's not.
It's not fun. But that's why it's like if we could have a Borderland game, since it doesn't make sense to me that a game about guns and like the fascination of guns has no like way to say, okay, I got this gun. Let me take this gun to Marcus and let's like take it apart and put new parts on it.
Oh
Like when they talked
shit.
about Borderlands 3, I thought that's what they were gonna do when they were talking about the weapon parts.
Oh
I was like,
shit.
oh, this is awesome. You can get
No.
the gun and you can take apart the weapon and put new
You know what
parts
they
on and
did?
you can just get everything you want out of the gun when you get it. You don't have to fucking grind.
You know what they
Genius. And then
did?
it releases and it's just a grind fest.
You know what they did?
What?
They made it so that instead of having to guess which part you have, they made it so you can see what part you have. So you can go into your
That's fucking dumb.
game options and you can be like,
They're like, okay,
"Ah,
listen.
fuck! I got the dull grip on this bitch." It's
Listen,
like-
they're like, listen, here we know back in the day when we dropped weapons, there were like parts. It was
Yeah.
something you couldn't see,
Yeah.
but there were parts. So now it's something you can see.
No,
No.
you could see it. Now they write it up for you, so you can like see
No.
it easier. Okay.
No. This is all wrong. This is all wrong. This is all wrong. You see, they thought like let's just let them see the parts. They didn't think the extra mile and say, dude, let's let them
So they
like
switch the
deconstruct the
parts.
weapon.
Yeah.
You know, like how cool would it be to be like, you know what? I got the legendary, right?
Yeah.
There is a part on there that I need. Let me take it to Marcus. Let me just scrap it, and then I can
Oh my
take all the
fucking god.
parts.
You know what this
And it's
reminds me
like, what?
of? Bro!
What?
Randomizer for Borderlands 2. Have you played that?
What do you mean? No, I haven't.
Oh my fucking god. Okay, so Borderlands 2 has this mod called Randomizer. Like dumb. Because it's fucking stupid. Let's say you had a pistol that had the grip of a pistol. It had the barrel of a grenade launcher. And it had the grip of a shotgun or something like that. Like fix them up, like all the parts. I don't know exactly, but like, and then when you shoot, it's like a shotgun blast with each pellet is like a rocket, and it's a pistol, right?
Okay.
Like, imagine that, but you having the power to like mix and match the parts.
Like that's going a little too far.
No,
for me.
that's going perfect for Borderlands. Okay.
I mean
Hear me.
that would be that's like on brand for
That's
Borderlands.
super
Definitely.
on brand for Borderlands.
Super on brand for Borderlands.
Super
But what I was saying
on
was
brand.
just like if I was looking like an Atlas assault rifle, right? And I needed a certain parts. I just want to scrap that assault rifle because I got one part. And then if I find the one that I need,
Yeah.
I can take it and remove a part and put the part
Yeah.
I want on it, and then just slowly build into the weapon I want until it's fully kitted out and I have the weapon I want.
I
See,
understand
that would alleviate so
I
much of
understand
grind.
that, but that would be more a fix for a different game.
I feel like
I
you know what I
gonna say
feel like. I feel like
Overwatch
it's
is over the top. This like Borderlands needs to be over the top. It needs to be funny. I want a shotgun pistol that fires rockets because that's
no,
funny.
I'm saying that's all great and fine and dandy, but when they're saying that cool weapon you're talking about needs to have certain weapon parts so that I can have the weapon I need to go into the higher difficulties and do well. And I have to sit on this level for like, let's just say, because like I said, there's people who probably will never get the drop every single time they play it. They'll play it for like a week straight, and they still won't get the drop. What kind of shit is that?
I'm one of those people.
That's not fun.
I'm one of those
I'm
people.
wasting my life on this game.
Do you want
this
me
is a waste of time.
Do you want me to tell you? Do you want me
I
to
could
tell
be
you a horror
playing
story?
Resident Evil. I could be playing, I don't know, Dead Space. I could be playing better games than this
Do you want me to
instead of
tell
just
you a
sitting
secret?
here fighting General Brack
Do you
for
want me to?
fucking 5 hours a day.
Do you want me to tell you a secret?
No.
I will tell you a secret right now. This is Baby Nyx. Imagine, Baby Nyx. It's a holiday, okay? And I'm playing Borderlands 2. I'm like, holy shit! I have this build. All I need is an infinity pistol. And I farmed and farmed and
It sounds like a horror
farmed
story.
and farmed. It was. Okay, hear me out. And farmed and farmed, and I never fucking get it. And lately, when I played Borderlands 2 even on stream, I farmed and I farmed like the infinity pistol.
It sounds so much fun.
The infinity pistol hates my existence, and it never fucking drops for me. And the minute I played off stream, I got a level 2 version of it. Level 2.
Yeah,
I was level
sounds so
I was
much fun.
level 6 fucking teen. I got a level 2 version. Fucking kill me, okay?
So this is your argument for why this game is great.
Yes. No.
Okay.
No. No, I'm kidding. I'm saying that shit like that has happened to me. And that's why I gave up that farm.
But that's not fun.
It's not.
It's so not fun. It's so not like I want to keep playing this.
Yes.
It's just like I hate my life. I hate this game. Why am I playing this kind of vibe?
Yeah. And then the next day you come back and you're like, fuck, what did I do wrong?
You did nothing wrong.
You did
You have
nothing
devs
wrong,
that
exactly.
literally hate you. You have devs that hate you. That's it.
Oh, fuck. It's
Devs, they hate you. They hate everything you are. They don't know how to make games. They don't know how to make movies.
oh my god, you're going ham.
I'm going ham. I don't care. Because I did the same thing that you just said. I did the same thing. Grinded for one fucking weapon. Finally got it. Oops, wrong parts. Immediately scrapped it for money. And then went back. Grinded. And it's
No.
so fucking boring. It's so not fun. It's so fucking
Yeah, especially
lame. And I did it
nowadays.
recently. I did it
Yeah.
recently with a friend. I played the pre-sequel. And they're like,
Oh.
oh yeah, just grind this character for a little bit and you're gonna get this item. And I grinded 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 and I grinded. It's boring. I'm not having fun. I'm not playing the game. I'm not engaging with the story. I'm shooting one enemy forever. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Killing Floor 2, when they would used to have these servers where all they would do was spawn the enemies in a box and
Hmm.
you just sit on the outside of that
And
box
shoot
and
him.
like throw grenades and shoot them and
Oh,
level
like
up.
shooting fish in a barrel.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
super boring,
But
and you
like,
just stand there. It's like an idle server. That's
yes.
what that game feels like. It feels like a giant idle server where I just spawn in, go for the enemy, kill them, and then go right back, reset the level, go in, kill them, reset the level, go in, kill them. Or even when it comes to like leveling up, that's what some people would do too. They would just be like, "Oh, this guy gives out good XP,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna just spawn in, go
Power
kill him,
leveling.
spawn in, go
Yeah.
kill him,"
Power
and
leveling.
it's just like, "Oh my God." Is this the life I want to live for the
Yeah.
next 30 minutes?
Is this the
The
game I
next
want to play?
hour?
Is this the story I want to like progress in?
I could go take a massive shit right now instead of doing this. I could go fucking outside and touch grass.
I can go outside and touch grass. I can go to a club tonight, but then
I could go to the store, grab booze,
but
order a
Lilith
pizza, come
needs me to
home.
go and free
Lilith doesn't need you to
Mordecai.
do shit. You know, that's the problem. Is
I need
like
to go get
my
Mordecai.
problem is with these games is that they just want to suck the fucking life out of them and you. They released the first one, it was cool. They released the second one, which was peak to everybody,
True.
and it's like perfect. That's it. We're done. We killed it. Right? The second one was goated.
Yes.
Now let's make a third one. Now we're downhill. You know, now we've got the Tales from the Borderlands, which was another great game that everybody
True.
enjoyed. Let's make another Tales from the Borderlands, which is all downhill from here.
I've
You know,
never
let's go
played it.
make a
I don't know
movie
it.
where it just keeps going downhill. Let's make the pre-sequel, which didn't do as well. Let's go do Wonderlands, which didn't do as well. Now we're gonna make a fourth game, and nobody knows what to expect from fucking Gearbox. They ruined Duke Nukem, those fuckers. I swear to God, like I'm going hard right now. Okay.
They ruined Duke
They
Nukem.
ruined Duke Nukem. Duke Nukem Forever was the worst, absolute worst Duke Nukem game
Help
ever
me.
made.
Get me the fuck out of the Borderlands conversation.
I know
Help
you
me.
don't want to be here right
Help
now.
me. I am
I'm killing
sweating. I
them.
fucking hate. I hate that it had to be like that. I was gonna make. I recorded it too. I recorded a fucking 3 hour discussion about with like me and the fucking camera, and I just pressed record, and I was spitting
Ram.
fact after fact. I was like, these characters, they don't seem like they're in character. They're doing stupid decisions. There is nothing underlying their decisions. Lilith doesn't know that she can fly up into the sky and just fucking close the moon key. That is the key to the vault on Elp what not Elpis.
Elpis.
Elpis is the moon. Pandora.
Pandora.
Like, she doesn't know that. How the fuck did she learn that? If anything, if anything, the other sirens should have known that and should have given that information to Lilith. Like, there's so many plot holes that I just addressed in that fucking video that I made and I erased from existence because it was just a venting video for like, why would you create over levels in this game? Why does the last one make it so that when an enemy dies, it explodes in like 50 legendary guns that all feel the fucking same as the epic versions?
Preach.
It's like, why
Preach.
are the most epic legendaries that are like not identical, but like they are they have their own character to them. They have the flavor text funny, haha. The mechanics
Oh,
they use funny.
you're talking about that one text where it was like this character can do this now. Is that what you're talking about?
No, but like there were like a couple of them that were really funny and they were
Oh,
really good and like the gun behaved really good, but all of those fucking guns were considered gimmick funny haha guns that were
oh
thrown
yeah,
away and that were used for money and nothing fucking else.
yeah.
Literally, the mode where everybody explodes in legendaries is used as a farm, so you can feed it to your other characters,
Yes,
so they can buy SDUs, uh,
yes.
uh, uh
SVUs,
SDUs, right?
SDUs.
Yeah,
I don't know. I
yeah,
don't know.
whatever. It's like the fucking upgrades to
Yeah,
the ammo. It's like,
yeah.
okay, maybe that was cool in Borderlands 1, Borderlands 2 for sure, you know, because getting money was harder. Uh, and like you couldn't like transfer absolutely everything between your fucking characters, but you have a vault that has 50 fucking slots. You have a loot machine that collects the gear. You know, you have 36 slots in there. So I usually leave that full of fucking legendaries. So
Tell
I,
me how you really feel, baby. Come on.
when I one day make another character, I could just fucking buy half the SDUs because I'm so fucking tired of running out of bullets in a game about shooting bullets. And then it's like, oh my god, the secondary gunfire modes should be beautiful, right? For the legendaries, especially, right? You farmed
Yes.
4 hours for it, and then you switch the fucking you switch the firing mode, and it's a three
Yes.
round burst, and you want to fucking die.
Nyx.
What up?
I think Borderlands is a bad game.
I don't want to talk about Borderlands.
Listen, it's not a bad game. It's a game that has a lot of flaws. It could be a lot better.
Truly.
That's it. That's it.
Fuck. There's so much they
Oh,
fucked up. Like, story, please tell me in what fucking universe? In what
He's
fucking
still going.
In what fucking universe? In what universe is Ava gonna literally have all this knowledge about using her powers? Okay, wow, magic space lady, she knows because when you get the powers, you have like this kind of idea of how to use them. Okay, understood. And then you need to
Listen, they're
learn.
gonna explain it all in Borderlands 4, okay? There's gonna be this nice MacGuffin there that's gonna just, it's just gonna explain everything.
But like, please tell me how the Firehawk is so powerful, and then she just gets grabbed and sucked instantly, like in two
Because
shots.
Borderlands, bro. Because the MacGuffin.
Why don't the enemies acknowledge you when you're sitting like right there in front of them?
I know.
Why isn't Amara like
Why doesn't
actually?
Amara do anything to save Maya?
Why does Amara just say, "Well, punching things"? Why is
Listen,
that her entire personality like off of the echoes? Okay, on the echoes she sounds fun, she sounds cool, but then you start playing her and she gives you like Brick vibes, but like Brick that is presented like a fucking gentleman and from a higher society, and then it's Brick like actually listening to him is like, I'm gonna go punch him, I'm gonna punch things. And then it's like, but you
that's
have
what I
Brick
feel
in a
like
suit.
when it comes to the
Oh,
characters
they
might have been an issue where they
presented them so
in the
bad.
beginning it was kind of like we're just playing these generic characters, but then people started to like them more, and so they had to actually put flavor to the characters. They had to put personality to the characters. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just shoot and loot. It's just supposed to be like, you know,
You forget
gameplay
that Moe's
first, story
exists.
second.
You forget that Moe's exists like 90% of the time. Okay,
I don't know.
I'm sorry. Fuck. You
I
proved
don't
my
know.
point like right there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I had to use you as the fucking point, but like Moe's is the Vladov.
Yeah, I know. I know Mose. It's the
Yeah,
mech.
yeah. Moe's is the mech. She's like cool. Um,
I love Mose.
yeah,
I
Moe's
thought
is
she was
like super
hot.
fun. Yeah, too bad she doesn't like speak too much,
Yeah, she
or
doesn't really say anything.
she when she does, it's like some generic like army stuff, but it's like it's so oversaturated, that market. Like they could have, they sound and they look so cool in the trailers, and they're so zany and cool and fun, and then you listen to their quips in the game, and it's like Beastmaster has like the funniest ones, because he was like they are like uh, basically funny little one-liners, right?
Yeah.
Robot themed one-liners. And
Yeah.
then you go over to Zane, and Zane is like the best character, packed full of
Zane was
fucking
pretty funny.
packed full
I
of
thought he was funny.
character. Okay, that's the best character. Backstory fits in good. They didn't need to go and fucking meet with the Flints. They didn't have to go to their fucking graves. He didn't have to go and like fucking tell them goodbye or whatever. We didn't need to like revive them so he can tell them that he loves them or whatever. It's just the name is Flint at the end, and everybody freaked the fuck out, and it was so good. Um,
This is why I think was the why there was too much focus on the story. This is why I said that, is because they didn't put enough focus on just making a fun game. Do the story after the game feels fun, the characters feel good to play as,
it's
and the characters have a lot of like the characters you're playing as feel like they have a lot of personality and they're like unique. They focus too much on trying to tell a story that picked up where Tales from the Borderlands left off, or like trying to
yeah,
incorporate all these characters that they, because let's be honest,
I
Tales from the
see you.
Borderlands was made by a different company. It was
Yeah,
made by Telltale Games,
yeah,
which is a great company, and Borderlands
true,
Gearbox people aren't really great writers. That's
true.
that's what you learn when you play Tales from Borderlands and then play Borderlands 3. You
Yeah,
realize Gearbox are not good at writing characters. They're not good at writing like
yeah.
taking a character that has good writing and then continuing.
You know what it reminds me of? Remember when we talked about writing like novels or whatever, and you were telling me the difference between writing it. Well, not so much you were telling me, but like we were discussing
Mhm.
the rule of show don't tell
Right.
when you're doing like a comic or something.
Exposition is not fun.
Yes,
Never do too much of it.
yes. So what we're seeing basically in Borderlands 3 is that the whole story is exposition. Your character, the one you're playing, the squad of 4, don't
Mhm.
exist, you know.
Right. Right.
They 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 exist almost in like a vacuum, as in
They
like
exist to simply prolong the story or like
yes.
continue the story.
Yes. They're
That's
like
all they exist for.
yeah, they're like the cameraman that switches scenes. Like it's like
It is the weirdest thing when you play Borderlands. Like looking back, I never thought about that because I never used to think about that because I was just focused on the gameplay. But
yeah.
now that you mention it, it definitely feels like one of those games where your character is the MacGuffin. You are the
Yeah,
MacGuffin.
you're the MacGuffin basically.
And for people who don't know what the MacGuffin means, it basically means in storytelling some kind of object or something in a story that pushes the story forward.
Yes.
That the characters need to go after, or the characters need to pick up this item before the enemy does. Like it's just one of those things where it feels like you don't necessarily impact the moment to moment storytelling. You impact the kind of overall pushing the narrative forward.
Yeah. You know what you're doing in Borderlands 3? You're just the invisible fucking assassin that finishes the missions.
Right.
And like the second the mission ends, you just become this wall that just exists.
You just you just delete yourself
Yeah,
for a
your
little
your
bit.
entire existence just deletes
You
itself.
you beam back up to Sanctuary 3
You're
while
in
Lilith is down there.
yeah. No, you're mid beaming, you know. You're mid starting to beam, you know, cuz you could see what's happening in front of you, but you literally don't exist there.
Well, what's funny
Your
is
atoms are dead. Your
it
atoms
feels
are
like they wrote the story for Borderlands 3 first, and then they started to design the characters, and then they started to work on gameplay.
Oh
Because
Lord.
that's what it feels like. It
Oh
feels like the
Lord.
story was written first. They had all the characters and set pieces they wanted to use and where they wanted them to be. They knew they wanted to kill off Maya, or they
Turrets.
wanted to kill off a character, and they were figuring out
I
who
don't know
was it going to
why.
be. And then they created Amara, and they created all these characters, and they're like, okay, throw them in and progress the story. But then they forgot, oh, we have to make these characters feel like they're a part of the story and not apart from the
And
story.
then they added the quips. The quips that get zero fucking response from people. Like,
Yeah.
haha, that's cool. And then your character would go, yeah, it reminds me of that one time I was in the bar. And then no response. Or Q, second character. This reminds me of the one time I punched that guy in the throat. No response.
Yeah, but that's just like such a
It's
lazy
so
way to
late.
write
But that's what I'm
characters.
saying. That's what they did. That's what they did. Like
Imagine if
your
every
character
time
has.
we did something, we were like, "Oh, that reminds me of the time I jumped into the ether and I was fighting all these guys, and then I came back out, you know, and
Yeah.
now I'm here."
And
Like
then
that's such a weak way to tell a story.
and then the other character is like, good job, Amara. Good job,
That's a
Zane.
great story, Amara. Now why don't you shoot that guy in the face?
Yeah, I have a mission for you. I can't ask it from you, but it'll be swell if you do it at some point. Wait a minute,
Yeah,
I gotta go get the suck. You know,
the suck.
that was a gun.
That was a gun.
Yeah, the suck. It was a gun.
Listen,
It's a gun in the game.
listen.
Please take me away.
Borderlands
Tackle me
is
out of this
not
fucking attack me.
what we should be talking about right
Oh
now
my lord.
anymore.
No, I
It's
won't.
dead. It's dead to me. It's kind of like COD Zombies. It's dead to me. I never want to hear about it again. It's over. It ended.
Call of Duty's
Okay.
fucked your PC.
Yeah. Call of Duty Zombies broke my PC, blue screened it, and sent it to hell. Okay. Like I don't ever want to play it ever again.
I'm
At
like
this
having a
point.
panic attack talking about Borderlands because I'm so conflicted. I fucking love that game to death. And then
Listen, listen,
I'm
listen,
seeing
listen,
this
listen. You
fucking
can love
terrible,
that game. You
terrible
can
game
love
decisions.
characters. You can love gameplay. That's
Zane, no
fine.
one else. Best character
No
in the
one's
entire
gonna
game.
no one's gonna get mad at you if you play
Everybody
it and
else
then you
blows
come
dick.
back and you're like, I have all these opinions about it.
No,
And then
listen.
you go back and you play it again. I do that with Payday 3.
It's so
I played
fun.
Payday 3 and I'm like, I hate this.
Listen,
I hate the way it
I
feels.
play.
And then now I'm playing it again.
I don't play it anymore because I don't think I can get anything else out of it at this point.
You're
I
waiting for Wonderlands 2.
I'm waiting for the one. I'm waiting for the next Borderlands that doesn't have over levels.
You're waiting for the pre-sequel too.
Bro, pre-sequel was just it's a
Oh,
whole other
buddy.
can of worms because I played it when it first came out and I
Same.
suffered. I suffered there. I suffered bigly. I pre-ordered that one too. Hey, listen, I pre-ordered everything except
You wanna
the
hear a
first
hot
and the
take?
second. Never
You wanna hear
pre-ordered
a
video
hot take?
games.
No. You want
What?
to hear a hot take about Gearbox?
Oh my god, no. What happened?
Here's a hot take about Gearbox. They should have gone out of business after the pre-sequel.
Oh no.
Because that's what was gonna happen.
Oh no.
That was what the
That
company
was
was trending towards because the pre-sequel did so poorly.
That's where the story was supposed to end.
Right, like no,
Live
it's
long
like,
enough to see yourself become the villain kind of
yes,
deal happened is what
like
you think.
you did a great thing with Borderlands 2, and then you just shot out this pre-sequel game that was
Jeez.
just so bad. It only got one DLC and no end game content really. It's like that was the end.
No, the
Because at
pre-sequel
that
got
point,
some
I think
DLCs.
they got one DLC.
No,
It was the Claptrap
that's
DLC.
that's the one we remember. They got like 3 characters, I think.
Oh,
3
well,
or 2
they got the
characters.
Ice Queen.
They got Ice
what
Queen.
else?
They got the clone of Zane. They got the clone of
No.
Jack.
Doppelganger, yeah.
Yeah, the doppelganger, Jack
And then
clone.
who else?
That's
it.
I think that's it. But they also
it.
had like another fucking DLC, and then I remember that the Claptrap one is the most remembered one because it's like an actual DLC, like an actual DLC, and not.
I'm
a fucking
pulling up. I'm
flip.
pulling up my.
Pull it out.
I'm pulling up my Steam
Pull up your.
because I
Steam.
have it. I own it.
Yeah,
I have
I
all
own
the
it
DLC
too.
for it.
I don't. I'm not sporting.
Okay, so here's the DLC list. There's actually 5 DLCs. You've got the Craptastic Voyage,
Told you that was.
which also has the Ultimate Vault Hunter upgrade.
Yep.
You've got the Handsome Jack Clown.
Yes.
You've got the Shock Drop Slaughter Pit, which
Yes,
is
I
a
remember that
challenge
one.
map.
Yeah,
And
fucking
you've got
dog
the
shit.
Holodome Onslaught, which
Dog
adds
shit.
more levels. And then you've got Lady Hammerlock. Now let's look
Yes.
at
Oh shit.
Borderlands 2.
Oh my god. Gold.
49 DLC.
Hell yes. You know?
You've got the Assassin Clockwork Pack, Assassin
Oh, fucking
Domination Pack. I'm
true.
assuming these are
These are
cosmetics.
costumes, cosmetics for the
Yeah, and
characters.
then so Scarlet, Captain Scarlet and her pirate's booty,
Yes, beautiful DLC.
Commander Lilith and the fight
One of
for
the best SMGs.
Sanctuary,
Amazing DLC.
Preacher
Introduce
Slaughter
the
Dome,
garbage.
Preacher Dome,
Garbage.
uh, Headhunter 1 Bloody Harvest, Headhunter 2
Funny.
Wattle Gobbler, Headhunter
Funny.
3 Mercenary Day, Headhunter 4
Funny.
Wedding Day Massacre,
Funny.
Headhunter 5 Son of
Funny.
Cromarax. I'm skipping over the cosmetics. We've got
Yeah, skip over the
the
cosmetics.
Necromancer pack, which is a
Fun.
character.
Amazing character.
I love that character too. Mr. Torg's Campaign of Carnage.
Fun.
You got the Psycho pack, which was the Psycho character.
Yes.
Sir Hammerlock's Big Game Hunt.
Fun. Amazing.
Tiny
like
Tina's
that one.
Assault on Dragon Keep, which I think is the most well remembered.
Yes. Well,
And
half
then
of
the
their
Ultimate
fucking,
Vault Hunter
half
upgrade
their
pack.
fucking premium, what's it
1 and
called,
2.
loot box edition of Borderlands 3 was was about Dungeons and Dragons, and they didn't include any fucking dice. You gave us a fucking map, but you didn't
You've
give us
been on
dice.
this.
I will
You've been on
cry.
this
I will
already.
cry.
I'm pretty sure they released dice with Wonderlands or something.
I am so mad.
They released stuff with Wonderlands, which
The
was like
box
you had to
was-
get like
But the box is $360 fucking dollars. It was $400 fucking dollars.
Exactly, man. They want to.
I
Dude,
want
I'm
my
telling you,
dice.
they're milking. Oh my god, excuse me.
I need to get the
Look what you're
fucking
doing
other
to me.
ones. You're just dying.
I am. I'm telling you right now, they're milking Borderlands for as much as they can, and they don't care about you. They don't care about these characters.
Damn,
They
such
don't
a
care
fucking
about
huge
anything
miss.
other than making an extra buck. Gearbox is desperate right now, okay?
Gearbox,
I am telling
please.
you.
Hire
They have
people that give a
nothing.
fuck about this game, please.
I'm going to Google right now.
Not YouTubers. I don't want you to go after
Gearbox
YouTubers.
IPs.
I want people that have like
What the fuck does
700
Gearbox own?
plus. I want people that play this game like 700 hours plus and just stopped playing it after you introduced like 700 fucking levels. I want those people hired in your fucking company to give you advice.
Here's
love
what
your games,
Gearbox
but,
has made,
fuck.
okay? Gearbox has made
Yo, criticizing
some
things is
Half-Life
pretty easy,
games. They they made some Brothers in Arms games. So 2 games that really don't exist anymore in the modern world, right? Like
I'm not-
Half-Life
I don't
is
want to
relevant.
focus. I
Brothers
don't want
in
to
Arms.
focus on pulling up the fucking company's dossier, but like,
No, I'm doing this because all they have is Borderlands. That's all they have.
yeah, well, of
That's
course,
it.
of course,
That's it.
of course.
They have
but,
nothing.
But that's
So
what
of
I'm
course
saying.
they're going to milk the fuck out of
But
it.
they can milk it, but they can also give us a fucking good game or like give us a good deal.
Not possible.
Please, it has to be.
Listen, it's because
It has
I
to be.
guarantee people who worked there for when it was peak, Borderlands 2 era, have left the company. They've quit or they've moved on, and it was an
understand.
amicable thing.
You know, I think this is what's happening. Okay, this is what's happening.
It's the Borderlands podcast.
You know what?
No, please.
fun
Final
game.
thoughts right now. Final thoughts
Final
on
thoughts.
Borderlands.
Okay, I was about to just fucking go off and be like,
Go
hey,
off.
wait,
I want you to go
Midnight
off
Gun.
right now. Hit me.
Go off right now.
Go off right now. Final thoughts. Hit me as hard as you can.
Okay.
And then we move on.
I think Borderlands started off with so much potential and then lazy writing, lazy storytelling. Well, yeah, both of those.
Indifference.
No, lazy cinematography, lazy cutscenes, lazy end game design, like no thought put into it, Give them 3 overlevels. They loved it in Borderlands 2. Yes, because that was like a challenge kind of run thing, and then nobody fucking did it other than like the 7 YouTubers that were like most prominent. And then it's like just misled, I feel like. Is what I would say is what happened. So they tried it with Borderlands 3.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to fix it during Borderlands 3 in the height of it. I remember them having 3 levels. I remember them having 5 levels. I remember them having 10 levels. I remember them having 11 levels. And I remember them having 100 levels. That was just there for like a couple of months and then it fucking disappeared. And it's like, please stop. Those are not fun to no one. Because you not only need to like re-farm everything, but you have to do it every 5 fucking levels, and it's not fun, not cool, not a nice kind of way to like play the actual game, because you're not playing the game, you're farming the 7 bosses you need to farm to get your shit, and then do what with it? I don't know, because slaughter domes and fucking
Slaughter domes
and endless little loops of like caves are not fun. Game ended, okay? That's it. Like, it's so not fun. It's so not fun to do the exact same thing over and 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 over. Yes.
Totally agree.
It's cool if you get like a fucking thing at the end. Like, if you actually like get something cool and unique and like it's actually like people give a fuck about it, like when they see it they're like, oh shit, this is the status symbol. But there is no fucking status symbol. It's just like this is the game, this is how you're meant to play it, and it's just not fun. So I haven't touched Borderlands in like 3 years, I think, or like 2 years or whatever, and I'm sorry, like Borderlands
until 3. Borderlands 4 comes out and we play it together. All right, moving on.
Borderlands 4, please. And for the,
there might be crossplay too, so I might get Josh on.
Please. Think about what the fuck you'll do with the pre-order edition, okay? Please do not do the same stupid shit.
Do not pre-order Borderlands 4, even if they include dice, okay? Do not do it.
Can it just be like dice?
I will
golden,
hold you back.
Golden fucking coated dice, please.
I will tie your hands up.
I saved up so much money.
I will lock you in your cage.
I am so sad.
You do not. I am not going to allow you to blow your fucking money on that. You will purchase the $100 edition just like the rest of us.
No. Unless I'm getting something physical, I'm not purchasing the mega special, the fucking epic edition or deluxe edition or whatever.
Just get the standard edition, man. Standard.
Yeah.
Don't even pre-order. Let it come out. Let it release. Wait for a sale. How about that?
Oh
then
my
play
god.
It.
I probably will. Like they've cheated me so much. I pre-ordered every single Borderlands after the second one. Like, Jesus Christ, it's so sad. You guys.
Because they knew it. They gotcha. We hooked them, dude. Borderlands 2 was the shit. We hooked them.
And then watch the 4th one be the best one. Son of a bitch.
It's not. I guarantee you, it's gonna be mediocre, just like the third
next
one.
Subject. Give me MidnightGuns.
MidnightGuns is a new game coming out by Tasty Spleen Studios. It's currently in pre-alpha, and you can play it right now if you go to their Patreon and pay $3 for the smallest supporter package. But they have various packages and various offerings in those packages. But
True.
I got the $20 because that allows me to play the single player once it finally does come out. I get early access to that. So I got some keys, I gave it to Nyx, and we played it, and it was fun.
It's so fun.
It's a lot of fun.
So Josh is saying it. He's like covering the more professional shit, but I would say that this game has like super much potential when it comes to like fun game modes. It already has a couple that are like fucking killer, super fun. The fucking what's it called?
Invis Terrorist.
Invis Terrorist, yeah. It's
Invis
like
Terrorist is a lot of fun.
You go, one person goes invisible with a silenced pistol, and everybody else is just walking around with ARs, and you need to kill everybody as the And there's like modifiers to the map. You could have high jumps with Yui.
Oh yeah. Well, I
Or
don't think a lot of those modifiers, the way they are now, are gonna stay for the full
well,
release.
yeah, of
But definitely
course.
get in now and play it because
Get
it's
in,
like
play it. It's
they
fun.
have a lot of stuff for modifiers, which is like, oh, this is so funny. This is so
Community
funny.
so tight knit. Like everybody knows everybody when we get on, and
Yeah.
it's super fun to just go in, play, fucking shoot people, get some cool kills, jump with the hockey stick.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's a lot of movement tech. I'll say this right now. If you know Quake, there's a lot of Quake-like movement tech, like with the circle jumping, but it's not like so ingrained that you have to know how to do it because you could play it just by walking around,
Yeah,
like Nyx does. But there's
not
also
true.
movement tech that's special, like the hockey stick jump, and like they have a kick where if you kick at a certain time, you can get a little bit of extra air. Um, and then they have um, just a lot of like extra stuff you can do with the weapons and like the throwables and stuff.
Yeah,
But it's based on a game called Action Quake, which is kind of like a mix between Counter-Strike and Quake. Like it takes the best parts of Quake with the movement tech and the best parts of Counter-Strike with the combat and gunplay and mashes it together. And it's a lot of fun.
oh yeah.
They're gonna have a couple of modes on release. I don't know if Invis Terrace is gonna make it. I would love to see that make it
True.
to the end.
Me
But like
too. Like it's so
TDM,
fun.
a mode called Action, which is one life, uh, like 5v5, which is what we play a lot
Yep.
of. They have a jump mode, which allows you to practice jumping on the maps, on certain maps.
Oh,
Um,
and for people that are like, oh, one life, this game has the advantage compared to Call of Duty or all the other, not Call of Duty,
Counter-Strike,
Counter Strike, and all the other games that are like single life,
Valorant.
because this game, the the time to kill in this game is pretty fast.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's pretty good. The pacing's good.
the pacing is really good. Like your match is probably not gonna last longer than 5 minutes. Like,
Well, the round.
yeah, the round is what I mean. But like, if you die, there's a high chance that the game ends like 30 seconds after you've died. So there's not like a lot of downtime for anyone, and it's
Yeah,
interesting to see what the your teammate is gonna do, because with the movement, you kind of learn from observing what other people are doing. Like maybe you'll see that person, the person you're spectating, just do a fucking crazy jump and get up somewhere where you're like, oh, how the fuck do people get up there?
yeah,
And then you learn from it, and it's really cool. Yeah.
yeah. And we're not sponsored by these guys either.
Oh,
We just really
definitely
like
no
this game.
sponsors. We're just. I'm just.
We wish we were sponsored.
Hey
This
yo.
is just like a really fun game
No, we just
that
want to
we
spread the
fucking
word.
love.
It's so funny. I just
Yeah,
want to
it's
spread the
really
word,
fun.
get as many people in there as possible, because it's one of those games that kind of save the what's called they save the Quake movement and bring it up to nowadays like crowd. The more casual, not so competitive, uh, kind of oriented people, but also
Yeah.
it
Go ahead.
has it. Yeah, it has the possibility to be both, and and if you come in with the right mindset, well, not with the right mindset, but with either mindset, if you come into it, uh, the game seems super fun.
Yeah,
Like the difference between me and Josh is I would look at it from a more casual point of view, and Josh would be like, yeah, but it's probably not meant to be that way, or it would be more of a competitive kind of
well, I
output
think
on
I
the
think
thing.
this game should totally lean into the casual space. That's
Yes,
that's my opinion.
yes,
Like I can see a competitive scene growing, but like it's only because the gameplay at its core is casual fun. And
yes,
that to me is why a lot of the classic games that kind of birthed esports. That's why they were so great, is because at their core they were just casual, goof around, have fun kind of games with PvP.
Fuck! I figured out why Battleborn died.
Great.
No. I'll be
Go
quick.
ahead.
I'll be quick.
Go ahead.
I'll be quick.
Hit me with it.
So,
It wasn't casual.
no, there wasn't comp in that game. It was all casual. There was no comp scene in that game. Like
Because nobody liked what it was offering.
no, because you
No,
couldn't.
the balance
because
you
it's
couldn't
too-
balance for comp.
because it was too complex to just
Yes.
go in and be like, okay, I'm gonna just do this, and then
I can't just play a character like in Overwatch and
Yes.
then know when I see that
Yeah.
character, I
Yeah.
know her kit.
I know her kit.
You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
or like
Okay,
the
next
balance
subject.
changes. Listen,
Yep, that's what I'm saying, gamer.
Battleborn
Okay?
died because it's Gearbox who made it. That's why it died. It was
The curse of
Gearbox.
Gearbox. No, it can't be. I
Listen,
refuse.
Gearbox, prove us wrong.
Gearbox,
prove me
us
wrong.
Prove
me wrong,
Josh
okay?
wrong. Okay.
Because I would love to see this new rebirthing of Gigantic come out and be good.
Yes.
Because I enjoyed Gigantic when it was in the Xbox, early access pass, whatever it was, the beta program. I played it all the time. I had so much fun, and it was a cool game.
Gearbox, please listen. There's a lot riding on each and
Sell
every.
Duke Nukem to fucking 3D Realms, you bitches. Okay.
Each
Sell
and
Duke Nukem
every
to 3D Realms.
one of your games are going to be under a microscope right now, and all of them
Yes.
can be the deciding factor
Yes.
if you fucking survive as a company or you get just devoured. Okay.
You know what?
into another
Gearbox and
person.
Starbreeze Studios should just get together and like link up because they both have nothing other than one IP they're writing on. Starbreeze is Payday, and Gearbox is Borderlands. Okay, they have jack fucking shit,
Oh
and
my
they're
God.
fucking everything up. And they're lucky they're still around. They're lucky they're still kicking.
Well, they have
and
so
yet
much
they
to
abuse
prove.
the time they have
Oh, please
to make
prove
garbage.
yourself. Please,
Okay.
please.
Now back to a good game like Midnight Guns.
Midnight Guns, yeah. Back
Midnight
to gaming.
Guns is a great respite from all this pain and
True.
suffering that I feel
Yeah.
when I play a game like Payday or Borderlands. Because it's just like I get to hop in, I get to think no thoughts,
Think no
and
thoughts.
just shooty McTooty, use
Shooty
my booty to
McTooty.
scooty.
Yes. Yes. Perfectly worded. Amazing. Really
They
fun
actually
game.
just they had an event today,
Oh
and
yeah.
there were a ton of people on at around 12 today.
Damn, I wasn't able to be here.
I was
though.
super busy. I couldn't. I wanted to hop
Fuck.
in. I was interested, but I couldn't.
We
hop
missed
in.
it. Next
We
time.
missed it. We
Next time
missed
we're
it.
gonna be there.
I'll also say the devs, Tasty Spleen Studios, they're kind of they're like veterans of the AFPS scene.
Oh, shit.
They did. I think I was telling you this. They did.
Josh with the insight scoop.
They did tournaments for Doom and Doom 2. They did tournaments for Quake, the original Quake 1, and I think they did some Quake 3 and Quake 2 stuff.
Don't mind me sipping my coffee.
Yeah. They're just like they're really into all this.
Yeah.
So you can, and they were super passionate about Action Quake too. They would always host Action Quake stuff. So that's why when they announced Midnight Guns and I got to see gameplay, it was really cool. I was really happy for them that they got to they're doing something they're passionate about. So that's where the hope is that they're going to make this as close to just being a fun time as possible.
Oh yeah.
Because I would hope, because they were there for the Diabolical, they were there for Quake Champions, they were around for when these games came out, and the comp scene and all this stuff. And I would hope that they would learn from the mistakes of these games, that it's just don't lean too hard on a pro scene, and don't lean too hard on trying to gain an esports scene. Let's just make the game fun. Let the esports happen naturally. People will naturally want to play in a competitive scene with this game if you just make it fun at its core. And
fun and tight.
Excuse me. Yeah, there's of course going to be moments where you're like, okay, this is overpowered, let's do some tuning.
Yeah, let's touch it up.
That's natural.
Yeah, of course.
But to be like, we need to tune everything around comp is just going to completely ruin this
I
game
feel
and
like
ruin the community.
that's what
The casual crowd are not going to want to play
well,
this.
isn't that what Overwatch is doing? They're like
Yes,
everything is catered towards
yes,
comp, and
yes. That's why I hate it.
then you see when they
Let's play
try
it after
to
this.
sure.
I'm
Then
just kidding. I mean, yes, but that was a joke.
oh, okay, yeah. Oh,
Go
sure,
ahead.
yeah. What I'm saying is that they're like uh, managing stuff for competitive, and then they're balancing things for competitive in mind, but
Mhm.
then the quick play casual audience is like mega suffering. But the second they like buff something for for the casual audience, the pro scene instantly fucking locks in and starts min-maxing around it, and
Yeah.
it's like hellish if you're having these two things that are that are balanced at the same time, but like you have different breeds of players basically. I don't know how else
Mhm.
to fucking say it. You got the uber pros that like min max and there's like 5 stacks or like 2 stacks of just like fucking amazing shots and everything. And then you have the kiddies like me that are like fucking playing in quick play, and we're just fucking shooting the shit and having fun. You know, winning is on our mind, but it's secondary to like I would get way more what's it called? I would get way more kind of brain tingles if I do like a massive grab with the leaf guy as opposed to like winning the
Life Weaver.
yeah, life weaver. If I do like a massive grab and like I save people with life weaver, then I would just winning the
Just getting
game at the end.
frags.
Yeah, or not
Like
just
my
like winning at
thing
the
with
end.
Overwatch is like yeah, it's balanced comp, but like there's a lot of things about like the gameplay where it's like the fun is dependent upon certain things.
Yes,
Like I think I was telling we were talking about this
a little
and
bit. Yeah,
I was saying like the fun is dependent on the team. Like if my team plays a healer properly, I can have fun because I can like if I was damaged, I can be a little more aggressive and
yeah.
I can play the way I want to play, like as Vera.
And the
I can
person you're
go
in a
in,
call
get some
with
hits and then
has your
back
back.
off.
Yeah.
Um, or like a tank can be aggressive, so
What,
the
too
heat's a
real?
little off of me. Went too real.
Too
But
real
like
with the
that's the problem with Overwatch is it's just like
gaming.
it's too heavy on that, which is fine because I think that's the charm of the
Yeah.
game, and I think that's what makes it unique and special. Because when it all comes together, it feels like you're the A team,
Yes.
and you just fucking bombed on them.
Like, oh my god, remember yesterday we had this fucking experience? We played 2 games. One of them, just like, we got rolled hardcore. And then
Yeah,
literally the game after that, we rolled so fucking
yeah.
hard. And it was like,
But that's the problem too. Is like, for me, I don't find that enjoyable.
well,
I
yeah.
want a good, clean
Well,
match
because
where
you don't
both
even get to
teams.
stretch your fucking legs. All you're doing is like you just roll the fuck out of some people that are just
Right, like
snipe.
getting rolled is basically me just like looking at the situation and playing and realizing we're fucked.
Yeah,
Certain players aren't performing at their most optimal. That's fine. I'm just gonna wait it out because
no,
I'm fucking
just
bored.
like keep playing. Like the thing is, I
I'm
get
bored.
yeah, I understand. I understand that gamer, but like this is what I would suggest. This is the gaming moment where I give you brotherly advice. Okay, I'm your little crown brother.
Let
It's
me
good.
just open this trash bag real quick so I can
Okay,
put it in there.
okay, good. It's enough that it's gonna go over your silly little rat head. Short
Lay it on
baby
there.
cake. Uh, switch your fucking objective mid game, okay? If winning is not an option because your team is like bad, just switch it to something else or like not clicking or whatever.
It's
Switch to
not
something.
even like I'd be fine if we weren't winning. I can't play the game. Does that make sense?
Play the
Like that match the other day where nobody, like we had not enough heals for anything. our tank was not playing optimally, like in terms of covering
Well, yeah,
us,
but it
or
was
like
like
I couldn't play the game.
I understand.
I
I
would die in
understand.
5 seconds. Why am
Yes,
I
I
leaving why
understand.
am I leaving the safe house? I cannot play the game. If I cannot play the game, I can't have an objective, period.
I understand that, gamer, but like, then your attack, you say?
What?
When I have a teammate that is tank, like okay, tank players. I'm guilty of it too. I'd rush in, and it's funny for glory. You know the meme. It's funny. It's fun.
No, but that's fine. Like that
Yeah.
happens, and I get that. I wouldn't be upset if you ran in and just died.
No, but
That happens.
if you see that your team is underperforming with heals or the healers are like not the exact thing, don't switch your character. Never fucking switch. Like play whatever you like, but just don't go headstrong in there with like nobody behind you.
But that's what I'm
That's
saying
my
is that's what
advice.
ends up happening in the
Yeah.
quick play matches where you're
Yeah.
getting rolled and your
Yeah, it
team
just
isn't really
goes.
like
It just
there.
goes. It just
That's what they'll
goes.
do is they'll just kind of go in and get smacked really
Nick's
hard.
advice: don't be gaming without the proper game etiquette. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Listen, Overwatch is a beast of its own. It's
I'm
been like this for many years, and I'm
I'm new to comp, so gaming. How new am I to comp?
comp is cool because at least like if I saw that happening, at least I know at least you have to have been trying at some point. You joined comp. You want to rank up. That's the
Oh, you'd be
point.
surprised.
You don't play comp, so I'm not even about to hear you say you'd be surprised about comp. And it's like, oh, I got this great story about comp. You don't play comp.
True.
You fucking almost had
True.
me. I had to sit there and think about it.
You have to think about it
I
for
was
a
like, oh my
minute.
god, is he about to lay something on me? No,
No,
this is
I don't
great.
play
I
it,
does
bro.
not play
I'm
comp
kidding.
anything. This guy doesn't want to. This guy doesn't want to complete the match if it's comp.
Uh,
He wants to get out as soon
listen,
as possible.
I'm not.
Eject.
It's not. Okay, listen. I was okay. What was it? Our fucking third game of playing comp. I got flamed because I was doing the best. Okay.
I don't remember. I think you got flamed on quick play. Listen, we get
No,
flamed on quick play all the
that
time.
wasn't flamed on quick play. It was comp, and it was our second comp game. It was like our third comp game. I was Sigma. I was doing such a good
Well,
job.
you know what? You do have a good memory when it's negative. So tell me what happened, and
Okay, hear me out.
I'll
This is what
confirm
happened.
or deny what
Okay,
I remember.
okay. So what had happened was I'm new to
What
comp.
happened?
Okay, 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 gamer. I got you. What happened was I am not the best at tank. Okay. And I needed a little bit of a nudge to tell me that I need to make room for my team in order for them to make fucking plays. But what ended up happening was somebody told me, "Stop rushing in there, you stupid fuck," or something like that. And I got panicked so fucking bad that I just went from getting fucking kills nonstop and just destroying everything that exists
I think I
around me
remember this actually.
to just panicking and we weren't able to like move
I
anything.
do remember us playing. I don't think it was comp,
It was
but
comp.
I do
It
remember us
was comp.
playing a
I got
match,
gold. I got
and
gold.
you
You
were
got
Sigma.
silver, silly. I got
No, because
gold and tank.
I had just placed recently. You were not in the game I got placed in.
You're a goober.
Confirmed.
This was before the updates. This was before the updates, you silly goober. This is before the new like updates to comp. Remember?
Okay, that then maybe.
My
'Cause I
entire
did
like
place twice.
existence. Yeah.
I only placed twice in this game. I
Yes.
placed last season and this
Yeah,
season.
last season. That was last season. Last season you
Okay.
placed silver in
I was gold and tank, and then I think
your brain rotted.
silver.
I was golden tank. You were silver on attack. I got placed
I
gold
was not
on
silver
tank.
on attack. I will go to my stats. And
You
check right
were,
now.
but then you kept playing it and then you leveled up, you silly goober.
Because I'm gold right now on attack. I'm
Yes.
gold right now on damage.
Yes.
At the end of the day, I don't even care.
Yeah, but like I'm telling you, like that was
I don't even care
that was
about my rank. Why do I care?
I don't know. You're just gaming right now, okay?
I'm
The
like,
problem.
I will go check my stats right now and
I
prove
woke
you
up in a new. No, it's like.
wrong.
It sounded like you were about to say that, and it just fucking went hard. I just wanted
Listen,
to continue it, but like, yeah, it's just like I have a new mindset for when it comes to comp. I'm a gamer now, so I
comp
could.
isn't for everybody.
True.
Ranked, it's ranked. It's not comp, it's
Ranked
ranked.
comp,
Ranked
fucking.
isn't for everybody.
Yeah.
And I play
True.
ranked because I want competent teammates at the very least. That's all I want.
I
That's all I
play
care
ranked
about.
so I can play with Josh in their natural habitat. Okay. I play the
Gotta
other
come down to
mode
the sewers with me.
because I like shooting at things. Okay. That's my only fucking thing. And if I can play a stupid character that I don't know how to play and nobody can tell me shit, yeah, I'm good. Like I feel good. I feel good when that happens. Okay.
you get the happies in the brain.
Yeah, yeah, but then you saw me. I told you Zenyatta's OP right now. And then I switched to Zen and I had like fucking what was
Well,
it?
we had a great team that match too. You did great. You did excellent. But we had great support as well.
Yeah,
Like that my
me.
Malga was great. You had great shots. You were
No, I didn't. I all I did was I was placing the orb in front of the people that were shooting. So you were Malga by the by
Oh,
that
I
match.
know.
We had a great Malga, just the perfect one. It was me, but nobody.
I'll tell you what, my favorite moment of that match is when I tried to lock in on someone and I did the bum rush
Yeah,
and just jumped right off the map.
nice.
That was so funny.
It
'Cause I
is like
had it
shit like
in
that
me
is
that
so
I
good.
just was gonna bum rush this guy because he was behind a wall or something. And I was so ready. And
I
to just fly off the map, cathartic.
but
See,
it's like
that's a moment of Overwatch where I was like, I died and that was funny. And I'm having
yes,
fun
like
right
shit
now.
like that is so
But
fun.
it's very rare
It
in that
is.
game that it happens. But
It
when it
is.
does happen, it's like, yeah, this is cool. I
Like
like this. I just killed myself.
when I played what's his name? Reinhardt.
Mm.
I do this thing where I leave my finger on the shift key and I would
Is that the dash?
yeah, and then I would dash someone.
Yeah, I noticed that. I
I,
noticed that
yeah,
on
but I
that
would
one
dash
match. You just
someone
kept dashing in, and I'm like, please don't go in too deep. And you're like, too late.
too late. I
I'm
accidentally
like,
pressed it.
oh no. And I
No,
was the healer. That
you
was rough.
you want to know the worst part? You want to know the worst part? Because my finger is there, I usually just like dash, and like right before I hit the fucking person, I would stop dashing, and that puts the fear of God into them. Okay, because
That
usually,
is an interesting play style.
because usually it goes from like ah fuck I'm pinned I gotta let go of the mouse and keyboard, and then I just stop and start fucking swinging in the middle of everyone. Like it can get people, but it doesn't get anyone in like ranked. It doesn't work in ranked, okay? You would probably dash and then you get
I feel
melted.
like it didn't work that much in that last match.
It didn't. But it's not.
Because it's a fake out, and if you use it once, they understand what you're doing.
Yes, but I
You
didn't
have to
do it
use it
on purpose.
sparingly.
I didn't use it on purpose. I was saying that I misclicked and I would fucking and I'll fucking stop my dash like right in front of someone.
Jesus.
Listen, I'm stupid. I'm not a smart clown gamer.
You are. Don't even try to pretend you're not
Oh, yeah, right.
smart.
And
You
just
get in there, you make great plays
oh yeah,
sometimes.
not true.
Sometimes.
Sometimes
Other
that
times I'm like, that was bad. You should not have pulled me as Lifeweaver. And then you're like, then Alt F4. Stop playing.
oh
All right, let's talk about
my god.
resistance.
Holy shit.
I know absolutely nothing, so this is going to be a tough conversation for me.
Holy
I
shit.
played the first game, I think. I think I played
Fall
one
of
of the
Man.
PvPs. Yeah,
Fall of
Fall
Man.
Man. I don't even think I played the campaign at all. I just played the PvP. It
Damn,
was
you missed out
weird.
big.
I did.
Um
I didn't play a lot. The only things I played on PlayStation was like Little Big Planet, I think, which was a lot of fun.
Resistance Fall of Man was the first game I've ever played, like on a console for
Mm.
myself. Like my own console. like I got it given to me, kind of deal.
Mm.
Resistance Fall of Man is one of those games I just beg Sony can release to PC, or make a revamp of them,
Yeah.
because
I think they'd have to remaster it.
yeah, they would. Resistance Fall of Man, Resistance 2 and Resistance 3
Yeah.
deserve like a comeback, like a huge one, okay?
So do you care more about the campaign than you do the PvP on that game?
You know
Like
what?
you care more about the story and like the gameplay?
You'd be surprised how nuanced this subject is. So the first game, the PvP felt more like uh it felt more like CS.
Counter-Strike?
Yeah, Counter-Strike. The second one, the PvP felt more like Battlefield.
That's probably what I played then.
And then the third one, it felt like Call of Duty, but like with fucking crazy guns. Like all of them had crazy guns, mind you. All of them had crazy grenades. All of them had like the third one had like abilities. So
Was
depending
there
on
ever a game where
what
you
kind of
got to
area you
play
play,
as the alien?
yes, in all of them.
No, I mean in the PvP. Like it
Yes,
was
in all
aliens
of them.
versus humans? Okay.
Yeah, in all of them, it was aliens versus humans, and then the humans get the carbine, and then the aliens get the bullseye
That's cool.
as a weapon. Yeah, and then you had like, the first one I think had like, it had more of an arena FPS. Like
Mhm.
you could find a gun, you could find
Careful,
like
don't say
guns.
that.
Okay, it had
I'm just
like a
kidding.
Call of Duty game where you can find guns on the map. Wink,
You're
wink,
gonna
wink,
get
wink.
people in the comments like, it's not an arena if there's no movement, there's no items in here.
Well, there was movement. You had WSD, bro.
You couldn't strafe jump, you couldn't do the rocket
Well, you
jump.
couldn't strafe jump, but you can actually have fun in that game. So
Mad diss.
I'm sorry.
Burn.
I'm sorry, but it's like,
Burn.
if strafe jumping is the peak of Quake,
All hope is lost then.
all hope is lost. Honestly, like, come on. Just add it to any other fucking game, and you have the fucking same shit. But no, but like it's weird. So the second one, had like a mode where you would have like a co-op mode, where you go with your friends, and it had when you go into with your friends and you would complete missions, and there were like 4 characters that had like personalities. They would have backstories to them and everything. Kind of zombie style mode, with like each of them have like
Uh-oh.
a class. Yeah, that's why I
Oh.
didn't play it that much. But the PvP mode was banger in that game. I would say it was more fun than the actual like single player. As for, because the second game had a lesser single player than the first one. Like it, I enjoyed it less, even if it gave more than the first one. Is what I'm saying. Like I don't know how to fuck to say it, but
I feel like if they bring Resistance back, the thing they'd have to do is to just say, fuck it. Let's go for a full reboot. Start with the first game.
bro,
Like, just from the, like, because that's what they're doing. Like, do what they are doing with Resident Evil.
oh
Where, like,
my
they're
god,
completely from the top down remastering it,
no,
mechanics and everything.
no, like,
New graphics, new everything.
well, I would say that
Basically,
by the
Resistance
time
4, but it's just the first game.
they got to Resistance 3, I would say that they have perfected. They had basically grabbed Call of Duty, merged it in this universe where it's Resistance, gave us the tools, the loadouts, the goods, and everything, and like at our disposal, like even abilities for some of the aliens and the humans, and they gave us this PvP that, when I say I don't like PvP, I would be like, I would know like worries play that casually, and there's a scene for competitive because you can do some crazy shit in that mode. and there was like choke points, and it was like all the maps were like thought out. It was like a crazy fucking thing. It was so fucking good, and then it just got buried because it's a PlayStation 3 title, and so
Yeah,
on.
exclusivity will kill a game.
Yeah, like
But
it
I
fucking
also
died.
think if its competitor was Call of Duty, that's a that's a losing battle.
No, no, it wasn't. It
Well, you're
had.
saying it's like Call of
I'm
Duty
saying
tried to
that
draw from that. I
I'm
mean, it's a
saying that
first-person shooter.
they did draw from it, but I'm saying that they took good from there. They even had a fucking they even had a horde mode where you would it wasn't like zombies, but you would start uh, at like a barn, and you
Hmm.
would have a pistol, and then you slowly, as the waves progress, you would get access to your full loadout and your full kit. And it was really nice because you get to see like it started out with like grunts, and then it goes all the way up to like the fucking big guys, and it was fun. It was crazy fun. I was scared playing it
Hmm.
because it was a scary mode. You know, it's very atmospheric.
Hmm.
It genuinely, unlike Call of Duty Zombies, where it was just like, haha, hee hee, zombies, these fucking things would shriek, they would cry, and it would be like, it would put you on edge, is what I would say. So it's kind of like a
I mean,
horror
it's
shooter.
possible that this game basically had like a killing floor mode.
Basically, question mark? Maybe a little bit, kind of.
Because that's basically what Killing Floor does. They have the horde, and but it's not like you have a loadout that you eventually unlock. You go and you buy stuff. It's the
Yeah,
points you earn.
yeah, but Insomniac Games, they have a crazy.
This is Insomniac that did this.
Yes, Insomniac
Okay,
did
well then
all of them.
they're never doing Resistance again because
No,
they work on Call of Duty now.
no.
They're a Call of Duty dev.
Please never say that ever again.
No, I'm serious.
No.
Insomniac Games did Resistance. They also did Guitar Hero, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
They did a couple of other games too, Insomniac, but
Insomniac
they're a Call
goaded
of Duty. You
studio.
get hey, uh guess who made oh wait, no, is it Neversoft? I know Insomniac works on Call of Duty, I'm pretty sure. I should look Insomniac.
Only the
Because I
purest, baby.
know also I know that um whatchamacallit, I know that they did Neversoft I know joined Call of Duty and then they became a Call of Duty
Mm.
studio.
No, I just want Resistance. Like, just grab it and re-release it. Like, the story is awesome, the atmosphere is awesome, fucking everything about it. Like the characters, silent protagonist, but done right. He
Okay, so Insomniac is not
taught
Call
us
of
so
Duty
good.
studio.
Yes, no. Thank
They
fucking
did the
Sabbath.
Spyro series.
Yes, they did
Okay,
Spyro. They
and they
did
did
Ratchet and
Ratchet and Clank.
Clank. They
Yeah,
did some good shit.
they did Sunset Overdrive. Apparently, they're doing the Marvel Spider-Man games for PlayStation.
Yes, they are.
So,
Like Insomniac Games. Listen here, every game that has Insomniac Games on there
mm.
has some fucking crazy guns. Okay, some really good creative, fucking crazy guns. That was their fucking claim to fame back in the day. Like when you hear Insomniac Games, guns was the first thing that pops into your head because Ratchet and Clank has some crazy fucking weapons. It's Resistance had some crazy weapons, like all of them. Like every fucking game they touched, basically back in the day, had like some crazy loadouts and crazy games, crazy guns, and it was fun. It's kind of like that.
so I have some bad news.
What up? They're gone. They're dead.
Apparent,
Studio closed.
yes. Apparently,
Fucking rip.
Resistance 4 was pitched to Sony, who
Oh yeah,
owns
they
the
said
IP.
no. I know.
They said no.
Yeah.
Um,
Fucking sad. I know.
it
Some
is sad.
I fucking saw that. It was
I
my
don't
buddy
think
linked it
okay,
to me.
so if that's the case, right? Like let's say that's the case, they don't want to do a new Resistance game.
Yeah.
I still think it would be good just to like re-release them
Yeah, on
to
PC.
some
Make some extra
extent.
fucking money, baby.
Well,
That's it.
not like I don't want them to release it as is though. I still think that they should do a makeover
Well,
in
yeah,
the
of course. Like,
graphics,
yes. Well, that's what
and
I mean.
perhaps some of the mechanics might be a little
Game
outdated, so
updated.
maybe update it
Yeah.
somehow. But I mean, let's be honest. If it's Insomniac Games, the guys who are doing the Marvel Spider-Man series, which is right now, I'd say one of the more popular titles
I
on
feel
the
like that's why they
PlayStation.
would have to what I feel like that's why they canceled it, because they were working on like Spider-Man, and Spider-Man is fucking insanely huge right now. So
Yeah.
they would like, if they lose Insomniac Games working on that game, I feel like there would be huge problems with it, like
Well,
day
yeah.
one. Yeah, exactly.
And
So it's like,
they're
no.
apparently developing a game called a Wolverine game, Marvel's Wolverine. So they're kind of looking like the Marvel team for PlayStation.
Yeah.
So, which that's actually awesome. Marvel's Wolverine. I wouldn't. You see, I want to get a PlayStation. Like I feel like I want to play some of these games because there's so many exclusive games on PlayStation.
True.
I would love to just try to get one and just play some of them. Some of the Spider-Man games. I would love to check out
Yeah.
Stellar. What was that game? Whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Uh,
Now thinking about it,
with
back
that
in the day,
chick.
fuck. No, Sony has like some fucking crazy, like crazy, like exclusives that are really good, and like game
Yeah,
changing,
and
and they kept them as exclusives. They didn't
yeah,
like sell
I
out.
have no problem with that either. I have no problem with companies or studios saying this is financially the way we have to go.
Well,
We
yeah.
have to make
Well, yeah, because nowadays there's no fucking reason to have an Xbox. Let's just say it.
well, yeah, and I think what's funny is Microsoft knows that they can expand their their quote unquote marketplace if they dip into the PC world,
Yeah.
right? That's why they have the Xbox Game Pass now
Yeah.
there, and
Yeah.
they are
Remember?
working with Steam now to put their games on Steam. Like some of the exclusive Gears of War is now on Steam, which is I
Yo,
never
no
thought that
way.
that would happen.
Where's
Gears
Halo?
of War,
Tears of
Halo's on
War.
Steam.
Halo's on Steam?
Yeah, they have the Master Chief Collection, I
Oh
think,
yeah, but I
and they
need to
have
log in with Ubisoft, right?
Halo Infinite. No, dude, Ubisoft, no.
Okay. Well,
Ubisoft doesn't own.
no, I'm sorry. I must have messed it up with something. Let me see.
Maybe there might be some kind of
Yo, all the
um
Halos are here. What the fuck?
Microsoft
Oh, maybe Microsoft.
thing. Like
You
you might
can
need to
you can
sign into
play Halo
Microsoft, but I
Infinite
doubt
right
it.
now for free.
Yeah, Halo Infinite's free. I think the PvP's free,
Yeah,
but the
PvP
PvE
free, but the
costs money,
PvE
which I
is like
think that's a great
$80.
idea. A lot of games are doing.
True.
Um, fucking Midnight Guns is going to do that. Midnight Guns' PvP is going to be free, and then the single player is going to be where you pay to play,
Yeah, I feel like
which is a great idea.
that's a based way.
Yeah, that's a very based
You get the people in there.
strategy.
You show them what's possible in this game. You tell them there's a single player mode, and you give them some fucking skins if they get the single player thing when they go
Yeah,
to
that'd be
the
cool.
multiplayer. Yeah, I feel like that's a fair way, and that's a nice way to get people to actually like support your game without it feeling scummy. But please don't give them like game winning things if they buy your like DLC. Like, don't give them a gun, please. Like, that's a game
Um,
ender.
I don't know. I think that's kind of obvious. Like that should not
Yeah.
be strategy. But yeah. Um, I don't even remember what we were talking about. We were on Resistance, and then we kind of went into PlayStation, I think.
Yeah. Like, resistance is something that is it's gonna skip a
It's dead.
gen. I feel like it's gonna skip a gen, or it's gonna like
It's dead.
die.
Let it go.
Yeah, it's
It's
dead.
over.
But it
It's
was
gone.
it was a nice ride. You know,
It
Battleborn
was
was
nice while it
also a
was
nice
here.
ride. Like all these games, they were a nice ride. I feel like
You're a boomer now.
I feel like a boomer now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
I
reminisce about the good old days of Quake and
I would say
Diabolical.
the biggest thing I fucking hate about games when they die is why the fuck are you taking the single player experience with it? I
Well,
feel
they
like,
aren't.
well, Battleborn
You
is.
could if. Oh well.
Battleborn
That's a different
is
story all entirely. Okay,
Battleborn.
so listen,
Why?
this whole thing you're talking about is a different story entirely, right? Like
Yeah.
one day Helldivers 2 might just die, and when they shut the servers off, it's over. This is an online
It's Jover.
always discussion.
Yeah, online
This is an
always.
always
I
online
I feel bad for
thing
shit
where
like
they're
that.
like, you have to be online to play this game,
Yeah, I
which
don't
is
like that.
stupid.
Yeah.
Payday 3's like that,
Payday
which is dumb.
3,
Doesn't make
yes.
sense. It's a
Yeah, it
fucking
doesn't.
co-op game.
It's co-op. Yep. They should make it P2P and just fucking let people do shit.
Yeah, peer-to-peer. Yep.
You could already fucking mod it. Wait.
Yeah, you can. I was playing with Josh the other day,
Yeah.
and I was laughing like, you look like a a furry right now, by the way, dude. And he's like, oh, that's great.
That's
And
funny.
I was just like, this is so weird to have like these little mods, cosmetic mods, and little HUD mods, and yet
Yeah.
he's playing on base game. It's just weird,
True.
but it's like that's perfectly fine. I love it.
Yeah. So R2 Modman apparently has
Content warning.
Yeah, has mods for content warning.
So I was thinking with content warning,
Fun game, by the by.
yeah, it's a great
Gamers.
game. So much fun. We've streamed it a lot
Yeah.
this week.
It's so funny.
But
We're gonna give it a
like,
break until we figure out the mod situation, and the next time we play it, it'll be.
I also need to put together the compilation video.
Yeah, no stress on that. No worries. No, don't be stressing, gamer.
But whatchamacallit? The
D.
mods.
Yes.
I know they have a big lobby mod, and I know,
Yes.
although sadly we don't have a lot of people who play this that I know of.
Well, I have a feeling that sooner or later everyone's gonna be like, "Oh shit, you know this game?" And we're gonna be playing. There's gonna be a lot of people that start playing this game soon, so don't worry about it. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, I feel like I would rather just have the 4-player thing. Makes it more interesting. Like, I watched a video the other day about Lethal Company, and I think he
Yeah.
put it perfectly when he was like, there's a point where you can have too much mods, and it
Yes.
ruins the point of the game.
Yes.
But mods are great. Like, mods enhance the game sometimes.
Yes.
And one of the mods he mentioned was the big lobby mod for Lethal Company, where you would have like 1 million people in
Yeah.
a lobby, and it's like, well, this isn't really like scary anymore.
Yeah, because you're just
This isn't.
shooting the shit with your friends. At this
We're
point.
literally just goofing at
Yeah.
max right now.
Yeah. Max goofing.
Like, I think like 6 people works, maybe even 7.
Yeah,
like,
of course. Like even listen, you have people in the game, right? You have like a maximum of 6 people, but you only have like 1 minute and 30 seconds on the film, right?
Right.
So
right,
you can't have like 20 people being goofsters and gaffsters, and the film is actually like 1 minute and 30 seconds, and it's just not. It's not gonna be good. And if there's like a mod to extend that, that'd be funny, maybe for like more people.
But that would ruin the point of the game,
But-
is to make do with what you have. Right? Unless they release like, oh, you can have a bigger camera and it has more film on it.
Well, yeah, but at the
it's
same
like-
time, would you say that if you say that having more time on the camera would ruin the game, do you feel like the what's it called,
Like Lethal Company? You talking about Lethal Company?
yeah, in Lethal Company we had a mod that adds like
Gambling?
yeah, the gamba machines. Do you feel like those ones ruin the game?
Not really. I don't feel that way about the gambling, because the gambling, there's trade-offs, right? Like, you
Yes.
could win it big and save the run,
Yeah.
or you can lose it all and you lose anyway, right?
Well, I feel like
So
wouldn't
that
it be the
works.
same? Wouldn't it be just the same with this one, or is it just gonna continuously give you like, oh, you're? Oh,
You would
I
just
see it, I see it, I see it, I
continuously
see it.
film and film
Yeah.
and film
Yeah,
until you
yeah.
have everything. And
Yeah, and then
my thing also too is the fact that the amount of tape you have is perfect
yes,
for uploading
I
the
feel
clip
like that too.
to Twitter and saying this was a run that was super funny and funny clips happened here, right? And it's like, the idea is you're supposed to make the most of how much time you have on the tape.
Yes, you're not so
'Cause if
much
you just have 'em-
fighting.
if you have unlimited tape, just start recording as soon as you drop and just record
And just
everything.
continue recording forever. Yeah.
And that would be a problem because you have to save that to your PC. Like if you wanted to save that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be
And
on
then
your
you're gonna have
it's
to
not
edit
like
it.
it's not like when you press save to PC, okay, then it saves to PC. No, it's on your PC whether you save it or not.
Yeah,
It's
it's
on
just
your PC. It's
compiling
in the
it.
game files.
It's just
Right, it's just compiling it. It's giving you the compiled version of it. So it's like that would be a nightmare in terms of like data and save. So I
Yeah.
feel like that's how they were able to.
Honestly, I don't mind the 1 minute and 30 seconds. Like I never.
I
Like,
want.
I don't want. What I'm saying is like I like that the game has a modding thing because I'm more so
Yes.
interested about the.
I want cosmetics. I want to look like Ryu.
I want cosmetics.
Or not
I
Ryu, fucking
want.
CPU.
I want cosmetics and I want monsters. Okay.
Yes, more monsters.
I want more
I would be
monsters.
fine with more stuff that we could buy.
I
Because I
would
feel
be
like
okay
there's
with
not enough.
with a difficulty slider. I want to see more. I want to see more monsters, more frequently.
More chaos happening.
Yeah, like sometimes we feel like we're going into a match and then
dead.
it's dead, and then at the end we see like a fucking snail guy, and we need to figure out how to make the snail guy funny for a minute and 30 seconds, and then at the end, right before we depart, we get ambushed by like an earwig or whatever the fuck that thing is called.
I like that name, earwig.
The earwig. Then he fucking thrashes us around, and then we just need to leave.
But I think that's also the charm of the game. Like that's
True.
That's the difficulty is you're a content creator, and just like when you record a YouTube video or anything, you have to figure out how to make the most of what you've got. All you have is a snail. So how do we make this scary and funny or something, right? But the other thing too is we don't. Here's the big difference between content warning and lethal company,
Come on,
right?
gamer. Give it to me.
I'm getting into it now because I was thinking about this the other day, where it's like lethal company's great because if I find a piece of garbage, whatever it may be, I can see the value of that garbage.
Yes.
Grab it and take it back to the ship, and I'll know guaranteed I'm getting this value. When you record stuff, it's like you're unsure of whether or not this is going to be funny or whether or not like the game is going to reward you for what's happening. Because I feel like we could be funny all the time, but the game rewards you for chaos and your teammate dying more than anything. Like watching us fall, it'll just give us views for falling.
Yeah, for falling.
You know? So that's why like whenever we spawn on that school map or that factory, we instantly are like, let's jump.
Yeah, because we min-max gamers.
But like that's one issue with content warning that I think is in the long term might hurt it, where it's just like, okay, go die by this monster basically, or go get grabbed by the slug, or like like whereas with lethal company it's like we just find shit, bring it back to the ship, we go home, come back, find shit, bring it back to the ship.
Spitting facts, but also I kind of like that though.
No, totally. I like content warning because in Lethal Company you don't want to die. In content warning you want your buddies to go kill themselves
in a funny way.
in a funny way, like in front of us.
Yeah.
Like I think that makes it unique, but it's just like I think in the long term that might get old. Like that, it's possible that could get old.
The game loop has the potential to get old fast, and I understand that, but. The thing is...
New monsters could keep it interesting.
Exactly.
New stuff that we could use could keep it interesting.
Things you find in the maps would keep it interesting, and they would force you to explore more.
New maps in general?
New maps in
general? Because so far we've only been
3.
in 2 maps.
Oh yeah, 2,
well,
sorry.
We went to the third, like, set of 3 days. We've been to the third set of 3 days, but it sent us back to the first map.
Yeah.
So that's where I was like, oh, that's disappointing. I thought we were going to keep going and keep finding new maps.
Like... Okay, I would say this. If content warning needs like a major update, well, not major update, but I would say like a instant thing to like boost interest instantly, it would be new monsters, extra items you can find on the map. Because honestly, like day one, what are your options to buy? Like, Well, after day 3, you have like enough to buy the revive gun or whatever the fuck,
The defib.
the defib. You get the you get the defib. You get some party poppers, but like that's after 3 days. So
Party poppers.
so 3 days. So 3 days, you have fucking nothing on you unless you go and grab a mic or something else. Like you have these options, but I feel like it would be more
There's so many
fun.
options, but there's so little to do with so many of them.
Exactly, and I feel like
Like
it
the
would be
boom.
cool.
Yeah, go ahead.
And then I feel like it would be cooler if we buy whatever the fuck we want, and the game gives us things.
Well, I think the money system works.
It
I think it
does.
works for
It
what
works.
it's doing.
It is.
But they recently updated it to where things will spawn out in the maps. But for some reason, I think there might be a bug where it's only on the first day that you can really find stuff. Because every day afterwards, we'll play and we don't find shit. It's
Yeah.
always the first day that we'll find a mic or we'll find a light, and that's cool.
Yeah.
But like every day after that, it's just dead. We
No,
don't find
that's not
anything.
cool. That's awesome. I love that. Yo, how much money did we save from like that one
No,
light?
no, I
It's like
totally agree.
150
But
fucking
like,
bucks.
I think they need to figure out a way so that every day after the first day, you can still find stuff.
Yeah, like even if it's just a light, like we can replace like one of the bad lights with that one, right?
Like if the system is that your odds of finding things is based on RNG, they should make it so that you're more likely to find a party popper than you would find like a defib. But
Yes.
like there should be RNG going on each day you spawn. You'll be
Yes.
like, oh, I found a party popper. Let's go pop it on a guy. Or,
Yeah.
oh, we got the defib. You know, it had a huge RNG rate, but we got it. Yeah, this is going to be a good run.
True.
Something like that. But it would also take away from the shop, like the importance of the shop. And that's where it's like, okay, this game feels like it's going to be tough for them to figure out that balance. Like, do you just have one item drop per day
No, but like
and it's
okay,
RNG?
okay, then listen. How many times have we bought like an emote? Let's be honest.
Like once or twice.
You're like, oh, brutal. He's going straight there, right?
Yeah,
And the emotes are like $400. They're not cheap.
they're not cheap,
There's a $600
which is
emote.
weird.
There's a $600 emote, and it's like it would be cool if you can find those in the map. Maybe the later ones. Maybe the beginner.
Emotes should just be there. I feel like you shouldn't even have to purchase them. I don't know.
No, I
Like
would
they don't feel
understand.
like
I would understand if you find them later in the game or like something, and when you do an emote, you get like someone's reaction, be like, "Yo, he's doing the yoinky spoinky," and like they get hyped. But what what ends up being is like you have this saturated shop that has like this 30% of like super useful shit that you really want, and then you have this other like 70% that is just like unobtainium, just there for padding. It would seem it would seem I love how the mics work. I love the meme about the
yeah, the
boom in the
mics are
mic.
cool. The boom in the shots.
I love the boom in the shot meme.
I feel like the game is definitely geared more towards more people, like the four-player experience. One guy with the clapper, one guy with the boom, one guy with the mic. Like I don't know. But it's like
One guy with the dancing.
the shop just doesn't feel good right now to me. I think
It's
like I said, the
fixable.
emotes. I feel like I don't know. What the other thing too is we don't even know if the emotes affect the like what we're
The
filming.
views, yeah.
Right. Like I mean, I filmed you doing the push-ups. I don't think anybody cared
Mm,
on
yeah.
uh the stream. Like I don't know if we have to do them next to a monster, and then they're like, oh, he's goofing next to a monster. Like
Yeah, that's what I'm fucking
I
saying though.
don't
Like
know,
let
but we
us
don't know.
we want to find these things in the maps. I want like, yo, we learned this ancient what's called ancient gesture on like this map, and it's like really fun. But it's in the shop. It's like $600, and like
Here's
it's
my thing about the emotes, really quick.
empty.
I think the shop If the emotes don't affect views in any way, they shouldn't be in the shop. Because most of
True.
everything in the shop can either save your life, revive you, or improves the quality of the stream or
Mm.
the video. If the emotes do none of those, they should just be part of the game by default, and you should just be able to select an emote that you want to emote with.
You want to be
I mean,
doing.
because Lethal Company, that's what Lethal Company does. You would by default press 1 through 4 and you do an emote. You do a dance, you point, you know?
Yeah.
Like I don't think for content warning, but that's only if the emotes don't do anything for views. I haven't seen
Maybe we need to
I
do them in front of like a monster. We'll need to
we
do
should
some
try
more.
that next
Yeah,
time.
we're gonna do some extra testing in that game when we
And we'll
stream.
see.
It's gonna
Because
be
if it
funny.
does, then it makes sense. Like maybe the highest, most expensive emote, do that in front of a monster, and then it eats you while you're doing it. That'll get you a shit ton of views.
Yeah,
That
maybe.
would be more interesting.
But also, what I want, I've noticed that it's certain things that you film that give you views. Okay, I
Yeah.
understand that. Like that's a gamer thing.
Mhm.
But uh, I would like, uh, not. It's weird to explain. Like sometimes we would have like this fucking hilarious clip,
Mhm.
absolutely fucking crazy hilarious, and it wouldn't make that much money. But the problem is that
Yeah.
the reason why it's hilarious is because of what we're doing, and if we're filming each other, the game is like not recognizing it as like content in the
Yeah.
game. It's like I'm not saying like rework the entire fucking thing. Like it's obviously that it needs to be like something more simple, so the game can recognize uh, the funnies.
But
But
that's what's hard is
there,
that's why I think Lethal Company is going to kind of be more fun overall is because the consistency of what you're recording may not be the same. Like you could record something that you thought was super lame and not that funny, but like you got a lot of views, and then you go record something you thought was super funny and it didn't get a lot of views.
you're telling me
But
you
with
don't like inconsistencies?
but listen,
Yeah,
any business you go to, and I always look at games as a
I
business
don't.
first.
I don't.
It's business first, and consistency is important.
Quake moment.
No, I'm just saying because like if you played a game one day and then the next day it's a completely different game,
Yeah.
that's it's not
It's
good.
like one day they add Mauga, next day they nerf Mauga.
Well, that's different because that's consistent to what Overwatch does. They add new characters and they change builds and they
Mm.
change the meta. So that's
Yeah, I
consistent to
understand that. I
Overwatch.
understand it.
I'm just saying in terms of like the gameplay loop for
Yeah,
like
but
Lethal
I,
Company
I
or
like,
content warning.
I like the content warning thing because we're getting what we're we're understanding now what the game wants us to film, right?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, so we're
Yeah.
doing it. We're gaming. The problem is that
By the third round.
by the third round, we've already like just emptied out all of our savings, and if somebody has to die like all the time, we each have like 3 slots, and if I'm carrying like a mic, you're carrying the defib and the camera. If we find something, it just becomes impossible to like retrieve, right?
Yeah. No, I
So
understand.
yeah, so what I'm thinking that would be cool of them to do is to give us more items we can find, because that way if we die, and the goal of the game is, mind you, the goal of the game is to die in a funny way and film it
Get it on
so that
tape,
it's,
yeah.
yeah, so that it's funny. um and if that's the goal of the game, then it should be more forgiving if you die, right?
Well, I think what they should do is they should look at Lethal Company for inspiration. Because there are things in Lethal Company that you can grab and that's what causes you to die. Right? Like
Yes.
you can pick up things and it's like, oh, you attracted this monster. You
Yeah,
don't
or
even
if you
realize
pick
it.
up if you pick up the skull, maybe the fucking snails start appearing. Snail gang starts appearing.
Well, I think yeah, like something like that. Like they should lean into that a lot
Yeah.
more and try to figure out ways to catch the player off guard unexpectedly. And yeah, having an item where you're like, Greg, we didn't get a lot of views. You got to pick up that item, Greg." And he
Yeah,
picks it up, and like something just targets him hard.
yeah. We
So
need to
that to
pick up the
me
MacGuffin.
opens a door for content warning, where it's like, okay, I see the potential now.
Yeah,
This game could be actually just as awesome as Lethal Company.
yeah.
It's just, if this is the early stages,
This
right?
is
Like
the early
we're
stages.
if
We
this is
are
an
in the
early
early.
access game, I don't know if it is. I need to
Listen,
check.
I don't think it's early access, but I feel like they're just gonna have to. They will have to like add, because the bigger it gets, like the more YouTubers are playing it, more fucking Twitch streamers are playing it. It's starting to blow up uh, the way Lethal Company did. All right,
It is not early access.
it's not early access, but what I'm
It's
saying
not.
is, well, okay, early access is just a title you slap on to tell people
Well, I
that there
was
are major
saying,
updates coming up. Like,
right, because it's not finished. To me, this game does feel finished. It does feel like a full game, but definitely needs like
an
updates
injection of
and,
content is what it
yes, and
needs.
like some more stuff to put it to where I think it should be. But maybe the mods do that. Maybe there are going to be some mods
Yeah, um,
that can do that for
there are
us
mods
that
that
we should check
fix
out.
other games. Yeah.
Well, they just add things that like maybe, the base game didn't think about, something
Well,
like
yeah.
that.
Hear me out. Like, there's so many fucking mods for Lethal Company that add like other entities or like fix the
Items.
yeah, items, and like they fix the way that entities interact with the player. Like,
Mhm.
I would say that and it took them so long to add this new entity now that is coming in, the butler,
Butler.
and it's like, okay, we get it. You
That's a
guys
new
are,
entity for Lethal
yeah,
Company?
yeah. In Lethal Company, there's a new mob coming in called the
Mm,
Butler, and it's like,
that's cool.
okay, it's cool that you guys are adding it. It's awesome, but there's 50 million really cool fucking like modded in entities, and I feel like they kind of Lethal Company relied on the mods taking off so fucking hard to take their time to like not balance, but they took their time to stabilize the game really bad, really good, and
I disagree.
but I don't
I
know.
think Lethal Company can stand on its own 2 feet, and I think the mods only enhance the game.
It can,
That's
yeah,
my take.
yeah,
I
but
don't I don't think they relied on the mods at all.
what I'm saying is that it needs more mods.
It
It
needs
needs more
more
mobs.
mods?
Mobs.
Oh, mobs.
Mobs.
Well, they have more mobs than content warning. I think content warning needs way more
Yes.
mobs.
And content warning
And
needs a fuck ton more.
it
Like,
just needs more content, ironically.
I thought we were supposed to be that for that game.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
But the game doesn't
Lethal
acknowledge us
Company
as
is in a
company.
great place right now
Yes,
in
it is.
vanilla.
Yeah,
I think it's still fun,
it is.
and the point of
And
the
it's scary.
game is to be scared while looting for things,
Yes.
basically. And the mods will either enhance that or completely take that away.
Yes.
So, like, if anything, I think mods could actually hurt the game sometimes.
Sometimes, yes.
Like when we walk around as Kiryu and it's Sonic,
And it's Sonic
running at
coming
us
after
with
us. Yeah, we're not
blasting
scared.
the song. We're not
We're
scared.
not
We're
scared.
annoyed. The
Yeah.
song didn't end
When we killed him.
when we killed it. Yeah, it's like, well, this is just
No,
annoying now.
correction. We fucking RPG'd it.
We did.
And we killed it with RPGs, and then the song didn't
Well,
end.
that's the other thing too, is like we modded in RPGs. How
Yeah.
does that make the game fun? Like we've completely destroyed the quote unquote balance of the game, which is
Yeah.
you are supposed to be weak to the enemy. Like
Yeah.
we have the shotgun, we can kill really any enemy we want.
But usually it ends up being used to kill your friends.
Yeah.
Because it's funny.
Even the shovel, you just kill your buddies.
Yeah, even the shovel is just fucking killing your buddies.
It's so
Yeah.
much fun though. Like I
True.
would love to go back and play Lethal Company
Oh, we
some
will.
more. I
We're
would have to
just
rework the mods
yes.
that
I would like to see more entities and
yeah.
maybe a fucking fresh coating of paint.
Nah, dude, the graphics are good.
Not so much the graphics. I would say the like the atmosphere shit.
I think it's fine. I
Hmm.
think I think more of what they're doing now. More of
Yes.
what's in the game. Just more of
Yeah,
what's in the
more of what's
game.
in the game. Yes.
Because otherwise, I don't want them to overthink. Oh, it needs to look different or things need to feel
Yeah, no,
different.
it
Like, no,
doesn't
just
doesn't it
do
doesn't need
more
to.
of what you're
More of what
doing.
you're doing. Yeah,
Whatever
that's
you're doing, do more of it.
yes. And for
Definitely.
content warning, I would say pretty much the same thing. Just
Yes.
step it up to like a new level. We need more
Yeah.
mobs. We need less of the interactions that execute everyone. Uh, More of the interactions that target a single player and then it disappears for like 5 minutes, so the other
I
person has the chance.
definitely, yeah, I agree with you. I definitely like the slug.
The
I love
slug
the
is
slug.
comedy. The slug is
Just
so
grabs you
funny.
and runs
Yeah, it
away.
just grabs you and then scutters off like super fast. But the invisible bitch, the shadow woman, uh,
The
is it a
shadow
woman?
creature,
Yeah,
yeah.
the shadow creature, the one that fucking he hard targets everybody. So when we're two people, or even if we're four, it just kills us in like 3 shots. And it's like, where's the downtime? We can't. We There's no way to escape that. Like,
I think you have to. I think it haunts a certain area, and if you get away from that area, it will leave you alone.
mm,
But I don't think like I don't have a problem with that enemy. What I have a problem with is if you find it and you don't have a flashlight, you're dead. Like I feel like majority of the enemies, the interactions are unique enough that like okay, there's a way to avoid this.
oh, I just
Like
didn't get it then
the
from the first
flashlight
time.
on that one monster, if you shine it, they'll freak out, right?
Hmm, I didn't know
So it's
that.
like let's not shine the flashlight on that
Oh, that
monster.
one, yes, that one I know about.
But with the shadow creature, you need a flashlight in order to get it to disappear.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So, yeah, you
Okay, never
did.
mind. No, I didn't.
You did.
No, no, I
The
didn't.
shadow creature that crawls around.
No, not that one.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the one that's super tall and just kills you no matter.
Oh,
I
yeah.
shined a light
Well,
on
we
it and it
haven't.
just became
No, no, no. We haven't interacted with that one enough to know
yeah, we
what it
haven't.
does. I know that when you were walking around, it was following you, but it wasn't attacking you. So there might be a behavior there that we haven't really
Maybe.
fully figured out.
Yeah, maybe.
But it feels like a lot of them have behaviors
Yeah.
that
You
like
just
there
need
are
to figure
ways you
them out
interact with
so you
them,
can
right? Like the
manipulate
meatball
the
one, we
video.
haven't figured that one out yet. We know
Yeah.
that one does the
And that
speed.
one does the spin and the fucking charge and the
Yeah.
destroys both of us. It's
All
funny
right.
though.
Well, yeah, we'll play more of that
Good
on stream
game,
sometime.
based, fun, funny
Very fun. Yeah, I like content warning. I like
content
Lethal
warnings.
Company. They're great games, and I'm
Hey,
excited to see the future of indie games
we
like that.
sound like we're criticizing, but we're actually just like sharing our experiences with the game and like maybe this is the criticizing podcast. We're criticizing video games, or
No, like we're just what we're doing is, I mean,
it's
yeah,
it's more of a discussing what we have noticed in
it's
video
just our
games or like
opinions
in
and what we think
trends.
and
Yeah.
how we feel
Ma-
because we've played Lethal Company, we've played Content
Content
Warning.
warning. Yeah.
We like both of them. We want to see more from
True.
both of them.
We want to play them like right
Borderlands is
now.
a bad game.
Actual
Gearbox killed Duke
sadness.
Nukem. Okay. It's the
Actual
real talk,
sadness. Actual
real talk
sadness.
moment.
Please.
Okay.
Please
Battleborn is
no.
dead. Resistance is dead.
No. No.
They're both
I'm
dead.
melting.
They're
No.
gone. Rest in
No.
peace. May they
No.
find the light.
They will forever live in my memory.
And that's the graveyard is your memory.
No.
All right, next.
They'll
This is
remake
fun.
them. They'll remake them. I promise.
They won't. Maybe Resistance, but Battleborn. I definitely don't think that's happening.
Battleborn devs, hop to it, please. Gearbox, don't let your dreams be dreams. Revive the babe. She will be
Listen,
a bop.
Battleborn
Everybody
didn't
will
make
love it.
them money.
No
Period.
shit.
Period.
No
That's the
shit.
that's the end of the story. That is why it's not coming back.
No.
If anything, they'll do a Borderlands PvP, which will be
Damn,
dead,
I would fucking
guaranteed.
hate that.
Yeah.
Damn, I would literally pay people to not play it.
Yep.
I would just.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, next.
Okay, let's wrap this
That's
bitch up.
it. Let's go play something.
Let's go play something, gamers.
Let's go play Borderlands.
Let's go play Borderlands. All right.
Let's go play Wonderlands.
Oh yeah, let's play Wonderlands. Let me just install it
Play
real quick.
Wonderlands.
120 gigabytes of fucking
I'm actually
hot
installing
garbage.
Vermintide 2.
Oof.
I'm excited to play that. They've added tons of content.
Hell yeah. Well, if they actually
I'll
care
show
about the
you
game,
it, too.
they'll add some content.
They
to
do.
it.
Holy shit. They
Hell
do.
yeah. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Hopefully, always fun to listen to our little stupid little opinions. Nice gamer. All of it is opinion.
All right, everybody who's listening, go take a shower because I know you all stank.
True.
Stank.
It's been like 2 fucking hours. You've been listening to this. 3 almost. Okay, it's time for a shower. It's time to get yourself nice and clean. Finger licking good is what I call it.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye. Oh, go
Bye.
follow Josh if you like good
No.
music and cool VTuber and gamer.
You don't gotta do that.
Oh, yeah, you do. Okay. Everybody who doesn't band. Okay. Warhammer Hammer.
Nyx has a Discord. You can join Nyx's Discord
True. Next.
to hear us live in
Live.
chat.
And add
When
things to our
Talks like this
opinion.
usually happen
True.
in the VC.
Next time we'll have
And
a VC specialized for this moment.
You
gamers.
can get live updates when Nyx is live and when Nyx's PC crashes while they're live. You can get the live panic as it happens when it happens.
Life panic typing with like the speed of freaking God.
Oh man, I felt so bad for you when that happened.
It scared the shit out of me. You have no clue. I was sweating bullets. All right, what are you
All
still
right.
doing here? Go fucking shower.
Bye.
Mwah.